Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome to This Is Football. Welcome to another stream, ladies and gentlemen. The type of stream we ain't done in a while, the call-in show, where you guys are the heroes, where you guys come and tell us anything you want to tell us, where you come talk about anything you want to talk about. You dictate the topic, you guys dictate the tempo, you speak about whatever you want to speak about. So today, you are the hero of the call-in show. Before we get started, whether you're watching this right now or on the replay, please don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to This Is Football if you're yet to do so. Everyone right now, please do hit that like button. Please do subscribe to This Is Football if you're yet to do so. And before I get started, I just want to genuinely thank you all for all your support in the start of 2024. You guys have been absolutely incredible. My co-host will tell you, I'm sure when I bring him on, I didn't even want to do this video today. I just not feeling the best today, to be honest with you. At least my trap's looking good, you get me? But I'm not feeling the best today, to be honest with you. I just, kind of bored, just kind of figuring out a few things, just real life problems, if you would like, But Alhamdulillah, can't ever complain. We're happy to be here, happy to be giving my incredible audience incredible content for you guys. But listen, man, I miss watching Liverpool play football. I feel like this week has been kind of boring. This January transfer window even has been kind of boring. When the biggest transfer, man said, looking like Brock Lesnar. Yo, Hamza, that is the best compliment anyone's given me 2024 to start the year. Big up to you. I already miss watching my club, Liverpool Football Club, play football. I really do miss watching Liverpool. And this January transfer window has been boring. It's been dead. There's been literally zero big news, zero transfers, not even Chelsea signing some random guy, literally nothing happening. Even the AFCON games, and I was saying this to Mo earlier on when he saw that I'm doing a call-in show. I was like, bro, even the AFCON games, like so far, it's not like, Egypt versus Nigeria, Algeria versus Cote d'Ivoire, big games that I can even stream. It's literally all so far, like, to be honest with you, kind of a bit dead. Even the Asian Cup, inshallah, my first stream might be Jordan, South Korea this Saturday. But, yeah, we're here, call-in show, better than no content, because I something I'm proud of on this channel is my work rate and how hard I work to give you guys content continuously. So we aren't going to go like multiple days without content or any of that stuff. So listen, hit the like button, subscribe to This Is Football if you're yet to do so. Big up all the super chatters, big up everyone who likes, big up everyone who subscribes, big up everyone who shares the video. And listen, typically on a call-in show for the first 5-10 minutes, I'll speak. And that's what I want to do as well today. So literally just 5-10 minutes of me just kind of recapping everything before I add in my co-host, and we kind of I'll post the link in the chat so you guys can join us. Listen, man, Liverpool ain't played in a while, and I'm so happy to say I've missed watching Liverpool play football. I still remember last season, it was so bad. We all sat there and we were like, thank God it's the international break, because we just had enough, to be honest with you. We were so bad last season. But, this season, obviously, things are different. Liverpool are in a very good place, top of the Premier League. Europa League, obviously, through as top of the group. Carabao Cup. Next week, inshallah, we'll be through to Wembley. FA Cup, we've beaten Arsenal. So there's a lot of football for us to cover in the second half of the season. So, yeah, it's looking good in terms of like Liverpool. And look, when it comes to the other clubs, yesterday I gave credit to Tottenham Hotspur, playing a right back and left back at centre back for a long time in the season. They maintained their form. They done well. I think Romero, I still till the second think Romero is extremely overrated, and I won't budge on that opinion, to be honest with you. Porro and Romero were at fault for that goal that they conceded. I'm just saying they were at fault. And I think Man United are a joke institution. I think they need prayer to solve their problem. But listen, man, today it's not about me. It's not me doing a solo show. It's not about me talking. It's about you guys. You guys are the heroes. You guys can dictate play today, dictate tempo. And speaking of, big up to Queen Nadra for sending in the first super chat of the stream. Big up to you, Queen Nadra. Always showing love, always showing support. She says, Ryan Ait Nouri. Just remember the name. And look, before I post the link in the chat, I'm going to make something clear. Guys, Listen, you don't have to come on with a camera, but you have to just show me your face before. So at least let me see like your face before you hop on, and then after that you can switch off your camera if you'd like. Even though I'd rather you guys come on with a camera, and always be respectful. My co-host, I'm about to add him now. Here's my thing, Nadra. Ait Nouri is a player I'd take at Liverpool happily. However, I wouldn't sell Simicas. I really wouldn't sell Simicas because I think he's a perfect like second option for us. I think he's come in this season, he's done really well. So unless you're talking about the Robertson long time replacement, then fair enough. But in terms of Simicas, like I want us to keep him. He's come in this season and he's proven his worth. But listen, Ryan Ait Nouri will definitely be a great signing. But anyway, big up to you, Queen Nadra. Listen, link will be in the chat now. Mike today, the fraudulent man himself, is my co-host. I'm about to pin the StreamYard comment so no one asks me for the link. Let me just check the results of the poll because we have a 300 likes target. 75% of you are saying I'm liking it for Hussam. W for whoever's saying I'm liking it for Hussam. L for whoever's saying I'm liking it for Mike. Absolute frauds. Big up to Queen Nadra. The link now is in the comment section. You want to join? You're the hero today of making the topic. And of course, my co-host, my new co-host on the call-in shows, David, you can hold that. Today, there is no money that will remove Mike Das, so you can hold that respectfully. But joining us on the channel, of course, my co-host for the call-in shows, new co-host, after Albert tries to get us cancelled every other sentence, the man with a real mustache, not a fake mustache, as Jacob likes to claim. Man like Mike is in the building. How you doing, Mike, man?
Yeah, David's already going for a price at my head. Listen, you know what? I'm gonna take it as a compliment that you're so obsessed with me. But smash the like. If you don't like the video, you're not allowed to call in. It's just that simple. Yes, we do have the ability to find that out through YouTube analytics. Google is an amazing piece of technology. So if you don't like the video, you can't come on. It's just that simple. Um, but yeah, big up to Hassan. Thanks for having me. And yeah, hop on in. Share your opinions, share your thoughts, even if they're wrong. They still are your opinions and your thoughts, and we'll chop it up.
Big up to Redline Teranga says, fun fact, Ghana won their fourth AFCON before Cameroon ever won it. Cameroon have now overtaken them 5-4. You know what? Redline Teranga, there's someone out there who is a Ghanaian Spurs fan. And if you are a Ghanaian Spurs fan, I'm sending you my love. I want to give you a special hug because you just have your whole life just ain't seen success. Like, you just ain't seen success your entire lifetime. So it's just it's just funny, seeing stuff like that, to be honest with you. But listen, big up to Ghana. The funniest space till today I've ever made was the Ghana Nigeria space. We spent 4 hours talking about electricity, women, jollof rice, every single thing. We did not talk about football, not one bit, but that was one elite space. Let me ask you a question quickly before I add in the call in, guys, because they're here. We're going to be adding you guys two at a time, 5 minutes each. We can have a good, nice little conversation. Big up to Morshin who says thoughts on the links to Colwell. What do you think of this, Morshin?
I don't want Caldwell anywhere near this team. I mean, did you see him against the Spurs? Did you see him against Spurs? First off, the only thing that I could possibly imagine him coming in for is being a left-handed center back, and that dude literally gave Heung-min Son 65 yards of space. He said, "You know what? I don't feel like playing defense today. You can have the left side of the field. I'm just going to stick my ass right here on the penalty spot. You can run right by me. It's okay. I've set up my beach chair. I'm not moving. It's all good." Um, no, I don't want that guy anywhere near our club. I think that there are far better prospects at center back. I think that if we get a center back, it's just for depth, right? So you don't need to go insane. You can go after someone like Ignacio. You can go after someone like Tobito. You could even go another step further if you wanted to go further into your, scouting expertise. You could spend 20 to 30 million euros on someone, but Colwell is not the guy. He can't do it for Chelsea, and it's just like, to me, it's just the basic fundamental errors that he makes in positional awareness. And if you're going to come into our team and you're going to play as a left-handed center back, you're probably going to be in a inverted back three, which means that your number one asset needs to be positional awareness because you're covering for Trent, right? That's why Konate is so good, because he's so good positionally. That's why Virgil van Dijk is so good. And then defensively, that's why Robertson is good, right? Because he's not on the same level as those two, but he can do it. So I want someone who's elite positional awareness, and Colwell is the exact opposite of that.
Hold that for, but big up to all my Malaysian audience. I'll be honest with you, I actually disagree with Mike. I think it's good for us to buy Colwell. I just think Chelsea are a cesspit, and I think even like Salah would look bad in that team. That's how shit they are. But anyway, first two callers are here. You get me? Bruno Da Cruz was the first guy to join us. We're going to be adding them, as I said earlier on, in pairs of twos. Guys in the background, I've already said the order in the private chat, so that's our order. Am I looking at? Anyway, the first two are Bruno and Ziad is here. The fraudulent man himself. Hello, Ziad. Hello,
Big up,
Bruno,
man.
Habibi.
Big up, man.
to you.
I had to walk in real quick, show some love to Hassan and them people. Listen, like, subscribe, and listen, you're not gonna touch Colwell, man. I don't know why you lot talk about Colwell. This is what this manager is doing.
Can you tell them about your new channel first before you start fighting?
Oh, listen, man. Listen, I don't like to plug, shameless plug. You have to tell me to plug, then I plug. You know what? I literally just finished recording my first video. I don't know if it went well. I don't know if it went bad. I don't know. You guys are gonna have to wait and see. But yeah, Ziad Zone on YouTube. Make sure to like, subscribe, get the likes up, get the subscribers up, all that good stuff. But more importantly, Colwell ain't leaving anywhere. This manager can't make him look any worse. Well, when this manager's gone, Colwell's gonna start performing, and then Mike, you're gonna start eating your words, mate. You're gonna start eating your words. But listen.
Me?
Yeah, of course, but you can't say disrespect Colwell like that.
Bro, okay, you know what?
Come on,
I'm not even I'm not even gonna go ahead.
Come on,
Okay,
man.
I don't understand why you like to always create tension between me and my panelists. You cannot claim Mike. Mike has been on this channel for the last 3 years. You know, Mike's been here since 2,000 subscribers. Hold that. This guy just trying to claim everyone. Like you're the biggest fucking scout. Like you scouted Mike and you scouted this guy. Even Jacob was known before you, Habibi. Hold that. Anyway,
Oh my god, bro.
talk
Anyway,
to me,
Habibi
talk
Hassan,
to me.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
leave you to it, Habibi. Guys, make sure to like, subscribe, show some love to Hassan. You know, hardworking people here, man. Hardworking people. But yeah, love everyone. Take care. Salam, Habibi.
So you're not even gonna open a debate, no topic, nothing. But that
You're not touching Colwell. I've said you're not touching Colwell. Okay, you lot missed out the chance. He rejected you. Hold that. You know, he's signing. He signed a 6-year contract. When the bozo manager is gone, you know he's gonna prove you wrong. What more is there to be said? You missed out on Colwell. You missed out on Lavia. You missed out on Caicedo. What more do we have to embarrass you with? خلاص حبيبي. End of. It's finito. انتهينا الموضوع حبيبي. خلاص.
Can you guys
You know-
hear Ziad? I don't hear him from 8th place. Sorry, my bad. Sorry, 10th place. Shit,
Okay,
I
we'll
didn't
see you in the
realize.
cup final. How about that? We'll see
Sometimes
you
I
in the
need to
cup
remind
final.
myself of these Chelsea
Oh,
fans.
you're
Like,
getting
hey,
you gotta-
We'll see you in the
you-
cup final.
You gotta get
Oh,
there
you're
first.
getting
We'll get there,
cocky,
Habibi.
are
Don't
you?
worry.
You gotta
We'll
get there
there.
first. You gotta
We'll
get there
there.
first.
I'll see
Yeah,
you in the
don't
cup
count
final,
your
bro.
chickens before they've hatched, mate. You're
Nah,
going from
man. I
expressions.
don't trust my manager, but I trust my players, bro. Enzo Fernandez is gonna carry us there.
Learn from expressions,
Caicedo.
mate. It
No,
was
don't worry
getting
about it, man.
very cocky, and look what
Alright.
happened. You got
Man, I'm
got
bloody
very cocky.
10th or 8th, wherever I am. Let me be cocky about something, bro. You know what I mean, bro? Let me be happy about us being in the cup final. Let me be excited about something.
Don't
Yeah?
start something you can't finish.
No,
You
I can
ain't
finish it because
qualified for
we're gonna
that,
get
to
to
be
the
fair.
final, bro. It's probably
If I
gonna be
give
another
you an inch,
0-0.
you're gonna take a mile. If I give you an inch, you're gonna take a
I
mile.
probably am because I'm starving, mate. I am starving.
Exactly.
Same way you lot starving for Caicedo and fucking Lavia, bro. Hold that, bro. Anyway,
Can't give you an inch.
Yeah.
listen,
Caicedo and Lavia are holding that from 10th place. But anyway.
they're gonna be holding the trophy in the cup final day, bro. Don't worry about it, bro.
Bruno, talk to me, man. What do you want to say? Bruno was
Well,
on cam
first of
before
all,
on my channel.
first of all, have you heard about the thing about Man City? Apparently, they've set the date.
To the
Yeah,
trial?
yeah. Apparently, they've set the date for it. Apparently,
Mm-hmm.
Good news.
and the second thing is this, right? We need to sign a defender, otherwise we're in big trouble. If we don't sign a defender, if we don't sign a DM and a defender, we're in big trouble. Because it's quite simple. You look at Kanate, injury prone. Gomez, injury prone. Robertson's injured. And you can't rely on Kwanzaa. I mean, he's 20 years old. Like, that's not fair, man. That's like putting a 16-year-old in flipping goal. Like, you can't do that, man. That's not fair, man. That's like putting a 15-year-old up front, yeah, and saying, right, you're going to be our main striker at the end of the season versus Man City. No, you can't do that, man.
I think Kwanzaa's reliable to an extent. Like, he's reliable for, like, you know, Sheffield at home, he's reliable type thing.
I agree with that. But we need to make sure that we bring in players in to make sure that we sustain this. Because look what happened in 2021 season. We was top then, we didn't strengthen, and the rest is ultimately history. We fell off a cliff.
No,
We
I
need to
agree with
learn
you.
from our
agree
previous
with you.
mistakes. We need to learn from our previous mistakes. Otherwise, what's the point?
Bruno, we've only conceded 18, right? We have the fewest conceded goals in the league, and there's the potential
Where's
that we
the video?
concede that we concede less
لا
than
لسه
38.
هلا خلصت الفيديو حبيبي خليه فيديو يعني ابلود
You done a pre-record? Oh my
It's a
god.
video, bro.
Oh,
What are you
yeah.
talking about? It's not a live
Oh,
stream.
Sorry, Mike. Go on, Mike. Sorry.
Let him do his content however he, don't tell him how to run his channel. And you just rudely interrupted me asking Bruno a question because
Sorry, go on.
I'm curious because there's a real potential that we concede less than 38, which is less than a goal per game, right? We're only at 18 and we're what 20 games through. So are you saying that we need to sign a center back just for depth and that you don't think that we have enough to win or compete in all the competitions remaining?
that's exactly what I'm saying. One injury to that centre back position, and we're in big trouble. We're in
Okay.
serious trouble, right? I mean, you've got the Carabao Cup, you've got the FA Cup, you've got the Premier League. I mean, and then you've got, I think there's another competition in there. So that's 4 that you're trying to win with what? 5, 3, 4 centre backs?
Well, who would you buy and how much would you pay for him?
Right, you've got a Nasser of Sporting Lisbon. He's right there. He's literally in front of you. Why are we taking 25 years to sign him? He's literally right there. His release course is right there. We're not Barnet. We're not Kidderminster. We're not Torquay United. We're Liverpool Football Club. Like, what is this? Waiting for this perfect deal rubbish. Like, what in the name of garbage is this? Get the deals done. Like I said, we are not the bridesmaid. We are the bride going down the aisle. We don't do that here. We're not Tottenham bottlers, you know. We are receiving the trophy. We are not giving.
Okay.
The
And
place is not good enough. We don't do that here. I expect
No, I
winning.
hear you. I hear you. You are definitely speaking the truth about the center back situation. I do agree. I think that's a fair thing to say, to be honest with you. And I've just seen what you said about Man City, by the way. They're saying the court date has not been has been set, but it hasn't been released to the public. I'll say my thoughts on the whole FFP thing in a second now, anyway. But yeah, big up to you, Bruno. Big up to Ziad as well. First 2 callers today. I appreciate you guys. And listen, Bruno was spitting on the whole transfer stuff, like 100%. By the way, guys in the background, yeah, he get lost. Guys in the background, the
that
order
guy's
is in
talking up
front.
his ass.
Yeah, that's just what Ziad is, a massive
Oh
boss. But big
yeah.
up to you, Bruno.
As for the PGMOL, yeah, because you saw I'm not sure if you saw. They apparently apologized for not giving a penalty. Well, they're talking up their ass. Yeah, it's too late now. What in the name of garbage was that? Oh, you're apologizing for not giving a penalty against us. Oh my gosh. Send the referees to flipping Conference League 2, man. Skankids.
which game was this?
Against Arsenal.
Oh, for Odegaard?
Yeah, he touched the ball with his hand. It's not flipping basketball. It's football, man.
I hear you.
How is that?
I hear you.
Send them referees to flipping Conference League, man.
No, the only thing that I'm going to disagree with you on is I don't think that the DM is as needed as people think. I think personally, at the end of the day, if Jota were in form or we had a striker that was converting 15% of the chances, we wouldn't even be talking about defense because we would be scoring 4 or 5 goals a game. And so it would just be a matter of, can we not concede 4? And we've done a fantastic job of not doing that anyway. So personally, I would steer clear of the DM, and I would if anything, if you're going to sign anything more than a center back, a forward. But again, that's just my own personal opinion.
I would go for a winger as a backup for Sal. That's what I would be doing.
Very
I
possible.
think that's a bit more long term. But anyway, listen, we
Anyway.
appreciate you, Bruno. We've got a lot of people waiting in the background, so thank you for
I
coming
want to
on.
keep
I
others
appreciate
waiting. Thank you very much for having me.
Big up, Bruno.
Big
Thank
up,
you.
Bruno. Big up. Bruno speaking facts there, definitely on the call-in. Staffy can hold that time out. Big up to Redline telling us says centre back choices: 1 Araujo, 2 Antonio Silva, 3 Inacio. Telling you right now, we sign Araujo, we can win every trophy there is to win on this planet. Like Araujo is just but Barcelona are gonna ask for what 80-90 million. They're gonna ask for a whole shitload of money for Araujo, 100%. Big up to Queen Nadra who says Gomez and Cucurella swap deal. I'm not sure I want to sell Gomez after his performances this season. And also, Gomez is kind of like the Joker card. You know, when you play, cards, the Joker card where you kind of can use it in multiple different places. Gomez is currently covering left back, right back, center back. He's kind of covering everywhere. I don't see a need to get rid of Gomez at this very moment, even though I wasn't his biggest fan last year. But we have to consider the improvements. Next up, we've got Hanif and Deluded coming on. Deluded, can you please just switch on your camera so I know who you are? Thank you, my brother. You can now switch stuff if you want. Hanif, the same. Big up to you, my bro. So, next 2 callers. Man like Hanif. Man like Deluded.
I just came here. Oh, sorry. I just came here to have a little bit of a discussion with this guy up top. You know, my guy Don Hassan. The howler you had on the show, I don't want to be disrespectful because I don't know how to pronounce it, because I really enjoyed the show week in and week out with all the people. But when you said Poch is one of the 3rd best managers in the league, I think is one of the most stupid things ever. Is Louis van Gaal better than Klopp? No, he's not. It's 2024. You have to modern day. You have to have adapted to the modern day. You have to know about the modern day tactics. I'm sorry, Pochettino is underachieving, but I'm saying he's not it anymore. He's not one of the best. He's not one of the best managers. He's not shown. If he's one of the best managers, he should be overperforming in Chelsea. Then, if he's the 3rd best manager in this league, so Emery's better, Ange is better, and that's what I have to say to you, because I feel like you're being disingenuous with where you rate managers. You can't say Jose comes in and he's better than Klopp in 2024. That sounds. Do you know how delusional that sounds?
No, I hear what you're saying, but here's the thing with Chelsea. I responded with the whole allegations regarding Pochettino, and I defended him. And I don't have to defend the Chelsea manager, but I'm just speaking the truth. I look at Chelsea, and I don't think Pochettino is the problem at all. I think Todd Bowley is the problem.
I totally agree. I think it's the owners.
I think Todd Bowley is the problem. The problem is with your current team is the average age is 13. There's 0 experience. There isn't any player to put the ball in the back of the net, which is a massive problem for you. And when you look at statistically what Chelsea are doing, Chelsea are creating more chances than Aston Villa, than Arsenal, than Brighton, than some of the best teams in this league. And they're just missing them all. They have, I think Chelsea have 45 big chances created and 41 big chances scored.
Okay. Do you think Lewis van Gaal is better than Klopp then in 2024?
No. That's what I'm saying. I just don't think Pochettino's washed. I don't think he's washed.
So how does that make sense? So can Lewis van Gaal chat to Klopp? Does that make sense to you?
No. That's not the point. You're missing the point. I'm saying currently in the English Premier League, Unai Emery's managed 2 big clubs and he's failed at both. So
that's
he's failed
disingenuous. That's disingenuous.
No, I'm being honest. He failed at PSG. I think
managing a bigger get the highest winning percentage.
Hear me out, Deluded. Let me respond. Here, managing a bigger club is a bigger test than managing a smaller club. Like I've given this example before. If I tomorrow became a billionaire and I bought Brentford, Unai Emery is perfect for me. But if I bought Arsenal, I'm not getting Unai Emery in because I don't think he can handle egos. I don't think he has the charisma to become a big club manager. I think Pochettino has that. And he asked for experience in the summer, and Chelsea didn't give him experience. He asked for a striker. He wanted Vlahovic. He never got him.
I totally agree with your opinion. I'm sorry I'm holding up the mic, but I just think, you know, me and you had wars and footballs about all these opinions. I'm just saying,
No,
I'm
no,
just saying.
100%. You're entitled to your opinion. Also.
Yeah, but
100%.
I just think in 2024 you have to be a modern day manager to adapt to compete with Klopp and Pep. As much as I don't like Arsenal, you know I'm the biggest Arsenal hater you will ever meet. But you know Arteta is one of the best managers in the league because he you know what he's doing is competing. He's showing modern day
Yeah, but deluded. If you
football.
give Pochettino the same amount of time, don't you think he'll achieve something as well?
Yes.
You can't ignore the statistics. How long has Arteta been there? Listen, I'm a Chelsea fan, right? And at the end of the day, it's all fair and well going on the manager. But what were you guys expecting after last season's, abysmal
No,
display?
no,
He's doing
no,
all right. If the lads are, listen, you cannot blame the manager if these guys can't score when they're in the box. If he gets them into the box and they're creating chances,
No,
he's
no,
done
no,
his job.
no. I blame costing the player. I think the players are average, but I think he's making the players look worse than they are. I think they're making them look below average. I'm not one of the people that want Poch. I want Poch to stay into the end of the season to at least try fix it. But my thing is that you have to. I'm just here about the modern day manager because if Jose came in, you can't say because of what he did at Roma or what he did at 10 years ago, he's better than Klopp. That's all I'm here to complain about. That's why I'm here to have a debate with Hassan because modern day managers matter today. Klopp got his opportunity. Pep is different, but Klopp and Pep are both like anomaly.
I think Poch is a modern day manager anyway.
But by what metric?
Because he plays offensive football, he has his own style. There's many
What is his
positives.
style? What's his style?
His style is a 4-2-3-1 offensive type of football.
Have you seen this at Chelsea?
Yes, I have seen it at Chelsea.
Oh, you're
100%.
waffling. You're a waffler, you know.
I'm not
You're
waffling at all. I have seen it at Chelsea. I think
I
look,
just disagree.
you need a striker right now. You have a striker problem. You need a striker. And look, you need some experience as well. You'll have zero experience. That's another problem you have currently.
I completely understand we have no experience, but the thing is, I just so can Lewis Van Gaal chat to Klopp? That's all I wanted to know.
Louis Van Gaal has a very impressive CV. So yes, he can chat to Klopp, of course. But right now, I'm taking Klopp over Van Gaal.
So that's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. Like, as much as CV is impressive and CV
Yeah,
CV
Arteta's not Van Gaal and not Klopp. He has not achieved anything yet.
Arteta's no one.
Arteta spent 700 million. If I gave Pochettino 700 million at Tottenham Hotspur, he would win you 2 league titles minimum.
You can't prove that. You can't prove any of that.
I can because he challenged for the league twice with spending £0 in the summer.
Dad, you're so disingenuous. You're one of the most disingenuous person I know.
I'm not being disingenuous at all, dude. I've been speaking to you for 3 years now, 2 years on Spaces. You know when I'm trying to be shameless, and you know when I'm being honest. I'm just defending Pochettino because I don't think Pochettino is the problem at your club.
I believe the ownership is a problem. I believe the players are a problem. But I'm just saying these modern day managers would help some of these players look better and make some of these players look like sometimes a better unit, and that's what I'm saying to you. And I just don't believe he's just one of the best managers in the league anymore. I just believe there's better managers. I think Ange is a better manager than him. I think I think even Emery.
Deluded, it'll all come down to winning, won't it? So say for example, Deluded, let's just say, look, positions don't really mean much to me. I'm a very old Chelsea fan. But positions don't really mean anything. Top 4 doesn't mean anything unless you're challenging for the league. Let's be honest. Say we finish 8th. Just say we finish 8th, right? And we win the league title. And they win nothing.
Well, you mean the Carabao Cup?
We'd be more successful. Yeah. So what? It's a trophy. Are you looking down on a trophy?
No.
You're looking.
I'm a Chelsea fan.
What I'm saying to you is, to your point, what I'm saying to you is, if we win a trophy, we finish 8th, and they finish top 4, we've achieved more because we've added to our trophy cabinet. Spurs are starving. I can't believe you're speaking about Spurs. They need to go and win a trophy first. It's all, listen, they are the media team. Everybody loves Spurs. Sky Sports, Talk Sport. It's the media team. It's the media. Everyone falls for it all the time. They're not going to win anything. And until they do, there's no disagreeing, right? That guy plays good football. I'm not going to deny it. he plays good attacking football.
Hanif,
But
do
you
you
know when
support Chelsea? This is the first time we
yes,
met.
yes, it's
He does. He does.
I do,
Okay.
yeah. I've met you in spaces before, but I just your spaces are too wild for me. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I spot Chelsea, and I'm not one of those fans. I don't jump on the manager. I give it time, and I just think the guy's been here 6 months, and I understand why Chelsea fans are frustrated because he does silly things like he plays Chilwell left wing. You know, he brought him on the other day, and he just does things which you just think, why are you doing this thing? Why are you doing this? You know, letting go of Matson. You know, a guy that played really well in the championship last year. We thought he'd get 10 games before he thought, you know what, you're not it. And he does certain things which annoy the fans, and they annoy Chelsea fans. And I think Chelsea fans have got this hate for him because he was a Spurs manager. But you have to let that go. He's our manager. Let's see what happens until the end of the season. Because if he finishes top 6 with our team, we've overachieved, in my opinion. And if he wins that trophy, I don't care if he finishes 8th then. I don't care. I'll take it. Because it's not been a great season because we cannot score goals, Hussam. You know, if we could score goals and you look at the numbers, we should be top 5-ish, probably maybe top 4. But we're not because we don't have anyone that can score goals. And you know, the players get away with it all the time. And you know, Hussam, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but you know, against Middlesbrough, right? Cole Palmer never got called out, and he was shocking. Absolutely. Why didn't he get called out? Oh, because he's
I hope
19.
Lewis
I
is
don't care.
listening right now.
I
Hold
don't
that.
care. I don't care if Cole Palmer's 19. You signed for us. You're starting. You play. It's Middlesbrough, bro. You should be finishing those chances. And I love Cole Palmer, but I don't care who you are. You're gonna get called out when you have a bad performance. The other day, you know, when we played Fulham, you know who the commentary were talking about all game? Cole Palmer. Guess who the best player was? It was Enzo Fernandez. And that's the same commentary team that gave him the man of the match. But all they did was talk about Cole Palmer because he's English. Come on, man. You know, wake up. Let's call a game for what it is as well. You have to mute the commentary because they don't call a game for what it is. All I'm saying is this: look, Chelsea fans, just calm down. I know Mourinho's he's been relieved of his duties. I thought that was a bit harsh, but
Mourinho wouldn't work with the Chelsea team right now. He would not. He would
I'm not Hussam, I'm not saying
he would lose his
I'm
cell.
not,
He would lose
I'm
brain
not
cells
saying that.
working with all these youngsters.
I'm not saying that. I don't think it'd work anyway because he'd probably get rid of half of them anyway, and it wouldn't work. I think as a Chelsea fan, listen, look, Mourinho's got special memories for me, and I just want to leave him there. I think I have to put my hatred of Tuchel aside and think, you know what, I made a bad decision as a fan when I said, you know what, I want Tuchel out because I thought the style of play was shocking. That's what I thought at the time. But now I look at it as, bloody hell, I wish I didn't say that because I miss Tuchel because he actually got us competing for, you know, in European places. But as fans, I just think we should let Potsy's contract out if he gets into the top 6. If he gets in the top 6, we've achieved with the players that we've got. Some of them, I'm not gonna lie, they are average. We can't lie about this. Some of them are average, and we've overpaid for them. And Chelsea fans, and when I'm in the spaces listening, they think we could just go and spend like crazy money as usual. I'm like, what world are you living in? Those days have gone. And I'm sure Todd Bowley's not gonna do it again because he's gonna want something out of this team. And I think if Poch does deliver some type of success, i.e. the League Cup, you know, Hussam, please let us have that, please. You guys can go for the Champions League. You can have the UCL, man. Let us have that.
League, we're not in the Champions League.
Oh, Europa League, sorry. Europa League. You can have the Europa League, man. Europa League.
No,
I want Wembley. I want Wembley.
And that's it, really. I enjoy the football we play. It's just
I'm glad you
goals.
defended Pochettino because it shows me you're level-headed. You don't have an agenda. You know, you're not here to just
I
be.
don't have an agenda. Do you think I have an agenda?
Well, no, hold on.
No. Deluded. I'm talking about most Chelsea fans dislike Pochettino for the reason that Hanif said, which is he used to be the former Spurs manager.
I'm being reasonable. I'm being the one who's actually trying to have like a reasonable discussion about managers and just talk about 2024. Because if we talk about 2010s and we bring Jersey here, I could just say he's better than Pep. He's better than
Deluded. If you sack Pochettino tomorrow, who are you hiring? Be realistic.
I'm not hiring anyone. I'm taking them to the end of the season.
Yeah, okay,
Denver
so you agree with me then he's not the problem.
But I agree that he's so you not agree he's underperforming with the team.
Yes. He is.
Yeah.
He's
Thank you.
100%. He's 100% underperforming. But the
That's why
problem.
Chelsea fans have been calling them out.
You're right. You're right.
24/7.
100%. He makes silly decisions. He plays players out of position. He hasn't actually established a real style of play. It seems like at certain points in games he's kind of just abandoning tactics and kind of throwing paint at the wall. I understand that, but at the same time, you also have to ask yourself, how many times do you guys put yourself in a position to take advantage of a game in the first half? How many times do you put yourself in a position to score a goal and you don't, right? And that's not on the manager. That's on the players. That's on the team. Now, you can make the argument about, well, we should have signed more experienced players, or we should have signed a striker, this, that, yada, yada, yada. Ultimately,
But
that's
I've
not
been
on
the recruitment team though. Like
Yeah,
you know what? I've been
yeah.
cooking for a recruitment team,
Which is-
and I've been saying all these things, but I'm still saying I'm saying Poch stay into the end of the season, and we get a more modern day manager like a slot. That's what
Which
I'm
is
saying.
fine.
I'm not saying I'm not saying he's a bad manager.
Yeah, but deluded. That's unfair if he delivers top 6 with this team. We could get top 6 with this team.
I don't think our level's top 6. I think our level's a bit higher than top 6. Not gonna lie.
Are you being honest? Seriously?
No,
Look, ask
no.
them two above you, right? If
It's
I
not.
don't know,
It's not.
I'm looking at our team, right, and I'm thinking there's probably about 3 or 4 good players. The rest of them are average, and the rest of them need a lot of growing up to do. Like, we don't even know whether Nkunku's the next frigging James, isn't he? That guy's off ill all the time. He's injured. So we need to go by someone to replace him, because that guy's not even. He played one game, scored a goal, then he's got injured again. Reece James injured half the season. We have to question that. We have to like look at this and say, you know what? We're gonna have to get another right. We need Gusto might have to keep that position for a while, because you know what? Reece James is in and out, and I'm not saying I'm not a Reece James fan, but you know what? Chelsea is a top 6 team at best. At best, these guys are because if you look at the first half, if you look at the
Deluded.
Oh, sorry,
You're not. You're not. Listen, I'm just going to name them all for you right now. You're not better than Liverpool. That's 1. You're not better than City. That's 2. You're not better than Arsenal. That's 3. You're not better than Spurs. That's 4. You're not better than Aston Villa. That's 5. And guess where?
No, I'm better than Spurs. I'm better than Spurs.
No.
It's the manager that makes us feel like.
Here's why I'm going to disagree with you, because Spurs are ahead of you, and Spurs literally are crippled. Spurs have played this entire season without their best player.
It's because of the manager. It's not because of our squad. Our squad is very good. Have you seen our squad? It's the manager.
I'm not denying that though, but it's going to take a bit of time, isn't it? This is the problem. Listen, look. You're speaking to 2 Liverpool fans who have to wait 4 years for a league title under the current manager. It took time. Even Klopp said it's going to take time. He's the greatest, in my opinion. He's the best manager in the league. There's no doubt about that. He didn't have the riches that Pep got, but it took him 4 years. I'm saying, listen, it's going to take Poch maybe 3 years to get us back into the Champions League. But that's just me being sensible. But you're not allowed to be sensible when you're a Chelsea fan, because you want success now. I'll tell you another thing. If you think Osimhen is coming in the summer, you're mad, because he's not. No one's going to come to us, because we're a mess.
You're lowering the standards, and you're
what's that? Oh my God, the standards. Okay, so why don't you tell these players to step up when they're in the box? Why can't they score goals then? Deluded. That's the manager's fault, isn't it? When Cole Palmer's 1-on-1 against the Middlesbrough keeper, he misses the goal. He doesn't see that big rectangle. He sees the skyline. Come on, man. You can't always blame the manager. I agree with you. He makes stupid
And by the way,
decisions.
you are doing Arteta prop. You know Arsenal with better players than Chelsea created 15 less big chances in the English Premier League. If Arteta was your manager, you would be in even below what you're currently at right now.
Based on what?
Based on he's not even getting an Arsenal team that has much better players than you to even create more chances than you to begin with.
Attack has been shit the whole season. Don't do that. Don't start saying random stats out to me when you know Odegaard's underperforming, when you know that this is not Arsenal's level. You know Arsenal's level.
Okay, and at the same time, Nkunku's injured. Reece James has been injured the whole year. You ain't even seen Lavia play for your club. I think he only came on as a substitute. You ain't had one good forward this whole year other than Cole Palmer. So like, you know, Caicedo's been underperforming. Enzo's been underperforming. Sterling underperforming. Broha is the worst striker in the league. Jackson is not good enough.
Come on, man. I don't have an argument all day because, you know, I want other people to talk about.
Yeah, I do. I was about to say that as well. But listen, Deluded, everyone's entitled to their opinion. Let's just let Hanif land his like. We'll give him the closing words before we move on to the next two.
Yeah, thanks guys. Listen, Deluded, it's nothing. I don't disagree with everything you say, and I think the guys at the top obviously share some of your sentiments. And look, Poch is sometimes you look at him and you think, you know what, you need to make some changes, and he does some things which you know do annoy Chelsea fans. But we have to remember, right? This is the first part of our journey with Poch. Did we really think it was going to go smooth sailing? And I'll be honest with you, this is more or less where I thought we were going to end up, between 6th and 9th. And I just think that's where we are as a club. And sometimes I know, and it's not about standards, it's about looking at what you've got and giving these guys a season or two to gel together. And if our club think buying a shed load of players every season and thinking it's going to work like it's some kind of computer game, then I'm sorry, this is reality. You need to build chemistry. You need to build this bonding between the players, and it takes time. You have to look at the examples that are before us. You have to look at Liverpool. You have to look at Arsenal. It takes time. And for me, listen, look, it's not about lowering your standards. You just have to lower your expectations, because we're not that team anymore. We are not that team. And until Chelsea fans don't recognize that, right, keep moaning, keep having mental health issues, because that's all you do on Spaces. Thank you so much, boys. It was nice talking to you all.
Appreciate you as well. Big up to you, Hanif. I'm so happy. Big up to you. Big up. I'm so happy Hanif came on and defended Poch, because it's just like such a breath of fresh air having a Chelsea fan actually defend the manager for once, instead of just attacking him. You know, so fairs. So we've got Curry P coming on next alongside Joseph. Joseph, I see your face. If you want to switch off your camera, it's all good. If it makes you less nervous,
don't forget about
if it makes you less nervous, you can switch off your camera if you want. Don't worry. There is a super chat here addressing you, Mike. We gave you full screen.
What's good?
Yes. Talk to
LFC was, first off, big up, David. You paid 30 euros for me to get, or 30 pounds for me to get off the halftime panel. So, you know what? I hope that was 30 pounds well spent. It's in Hussam's pocket. Hussam, you're welcome for existing. I didn't even ask to go on the halftime show. He just sent it to me. So you're extra welcome. LFC have missed.
You won't believe who just hit the link.
Listen. LFC have missed 41 big chances in the Prem, and 9 have missed half of it. Number 9 has missed half of it with 18, and Mike still loves him, the fraud. Score third of chances, LFC clear. Listen, I've already said this. I've already said that I've already come out and multiple times said that Darwin is not clinical. He's got like a 5% conversion rate. If it was 15, he would be on 60 GA and everyone would be raving about how this guy's the best player in the world, right? But he's not, so he isn't, okay? I will give you that. What I'm going to tell you is look at the rest of the team, look at the rest of the stats, and tell me where else is the output going to come from either goals or assists or opportunities created. If you can answer that question, and if you can provide me data and context to who is going to replace Darwin, then absolutely fine. I'm all for it. But right now, we don't have a solution. They're not going to go to the market and create a solution. And at the end of the day, that's kind of all we have. You know what I mean? I will agree with you in saying I think Darwin should be on the left wing and he shouldn't be playing in the number 9. And I think he would be better, not just in terms of assisting, but also creating goals for himself. But we don't have a better option. And I'm going to stand by the guy because I like the guy. I like his passion, but I'm not going to sit here and delusionally tell you that he's a great striker because he misses too many opportunities. But again, I don't have another solution, and neither do you. So if you want to continue to hate, that's fine, but give me a solution and then we can talk. That's it.
And speaking of giving you a solution, listen, I saw him calling on earlier on as well, David. David, if you want to come on,
let's
Campbell,
go.
Oh, he left. I think he's a bit too. He said he's nervous. Big up to you, Campbell. You can come back later on
Come on,
if you're
it's fine.
relaxed.
Don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. It's fine. Just
Listen,
keep
it's just
keep
me
your
and
camera on
Mike.
and talk.
We ain't no celebrities. We're just
I know.
regular people.
I was nervous before the first time I ever back when Hussam did like his old halftime shows and it was like the same 4 people when he would get like 100 viewers. I was nervous, but you just kind of say screw it and then you just talk and you realize that it's a picture that isn't even of you associated to a name that isn't even yours. And then you realize that like you're basically a ghost until you turn your camera on. So don't be nervous.
Yes. So big up to you guys. There's another super chat before we add the next two. Next up, it's Curry P and man like Bush the Blue. I saw you had your camera on. You're not even like I think you should come on with camera. I don't even think there's nothing wrong with you, Bush. You get me? It's not like,
David's
not
saying
like,
it's full.
even his camera is HD. What's up, David? David says
David,
it's full.
yeah.
David,
You have
after
to wait
Bush
for
and
people.
Curry P, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna give you celebrity tax to come and attack Mike if you
Come
want.
on, attack me.
Yeah. Okay, but just switch on your camera just to double check. Is that the same guy that goes on Sarcasm City TV, by the way? I'm just double checking. I think it might be him. I don't know if it is you. Yes, that's you. I fucking knew it. Big up to Redline at Tiranga, who says, what's this rumor going on about one of Mo, Virgil van Dijk, Trent not getting an extension? Well, first of all, I think Trent is getting an extension regardless due to his age, so this is the thing. Age is there. So, like Trent is definitely getting an extension. I think if Mo Salah doesn't get an extension, it's a travesty, and I will call out the club publicly if they don't do it. With Virgil, it depends when his contract runs out. If next season, I think next season is when his contract runs out, he's 32, 33, and he's still killing it like he is this season, then I give him an extension. But if he falls off, then I hear you. Like, I hear it type thing if we don't give him an extension. So that's my opinion, Redline. What do you say about it, Mike, before we add the next two guys?
Trent's far too young and he's homegrown, so he's going to get an extension no matter what. Mo, I think that the Saudi project with everyone now beginning to leave is kind of just proving to be even more fruitless than it was before. If anything, it definitely has way less of an allure to it, and I think that Mo will kind of realize that that money will be there. It might not be as much as $1 million a week or whatever it was, but he can still go make $500,000 a week 3 years from now, especially if he's in his prime. And then with Virgil, listen, I'm not convinced that like you have to send a guy a contract extension 18 months before the contract is over. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised if we kind of took it to next January and 6 months down, they start the negotiations at the beginning of the season and we kind of just see where he is. But I don't think that Virgil I don't think it would be that expensive to continue to keep him. I think, a 2-year extension on the same salary.
And it depends on his level anyway next year as well. Like, if he's still killing it, why the fuck wouldn't we extend him? And you can always give 1-year extensions too. Like 1 year, 2 year. That way you'll be a bit more safe with it type thing. So
exactly.
Yeah. I think me and Mike are on agreement on this one. Big up to you, David. Big up to Morshin. Big up to Redline of Teranga, Queen Nadra for the super chats. Big up to I don't want to forget any name. Yep, those are the guys. Big up to you guys. Get the like, subscribe to the channel. Elmo in the chat, who only super chats when it's some asshole reason. How much to super chat Mike does out the stream? No money today. Hold that. So next up, we've got Curry P coming on. And as well, Bush the Blue is coming on. He insisted that before he switch on his camera, he wants the people to see this picture right here of Pochettino. Oh my god, you guys are doing my guy dirty. Anyway, we'll start with Curry P because he was here.
Actually, I would like to get Bush's opinion because I have a lot of rebuttals to the previous callers, and there's no problem.
Yeah. First of all, the two Chelsea fans that were on this prior, Hanif and Deluded, I don't agree with either of them, but there are things on both of them that I agree with. With Hanif, I'll agree with the fact this team is nowhere near the level of, first of all, qualifying for UCL. That's just delusion. Okay, we're not top 4 team in terms of quality, and there's just too many teams. The league has changed in a way. There's so many teams competing for Europe, and there's top places. We're not going to be there. Europa League, if we get there, that's an overachievement. But I don't even think we can even get there with this squad and this manager. But the problem is, which I disagree with Hanif, is this Poch BS, man. Let me tell you the difference with Poch and Potter. With Potter, I'll give him some credit because the team that he had, yes, they were worth the 600 million, whatever. But he had idiots like Kai Havertz up front, Mount in the midfield, and Conor Gallagher. You understand, for almost half a year. So I'll give him some prop, and he still did all right in the UCL. You know, he whooped AC Milan here and there. He barely scraped versus RB Salzburg. Dynamo I don't know, but the Croatian team. Okay, whatever. Yeah. But Potter,
It
he
was
is more,
Dinamo Zagreb. It was.
yeah. With Potter, he's more of a coach than a manager. That's why he's done well with the other teams like Brighton and whatever. With Poch, on the other hand, he's more of a, I think, more of a manager than a coach. This guy he's not that good at really developing players to reach their like potential the same way like managers like Pep and Klopp can do. So he can't do that at all. So that's my starting point. So yeah, if you want to go to the other guy, no problem.
Yeah.
Okay,
First,
let's Karipi go on so I can
big up
rebuttal.
Hassam. I see on the gaming channel for Flawless when I'm playing pro clubs with them, so I see on the chat. Yeah, what about when you wake up, you usually join us then. I want to say a lot of things that are against Poch right now. Yes, I do get in terms of recruitment, but if you're talking about experience, we can start with the back line. I think 4 out of the 5 in the back line are experienced. If we're counting if they're supposed to be healthy, we have a Chilwell and a Cucurella as a backup. We have a Thiago Silva starting. We had a Badiashile who had a decent season, but we have a Disasi who's 25 years old. We then have a Reece James. Okay, he's not healthy, but we have Gusto instead. So I would say 4. Let's say if everyone's healthy, let's not even count Reece James. 3 out of those 4, because Disasi is 25, captain of Monaco for a couple of years, plays with Badiashile. You have Thiago Silva, and then on backups you have Cucurella, who sometimes plays right back according to Poch, and Chilwell, who plays left wing / left back or whatever. Midfield, I agree, we lack experience. If you're talking about attacking, before we knew about Nkunku's injury during the preseason due to that shitty pitch, he was supposed to provide experience in attacking, and we have Raheem Sterling, which is 2 out of the 4 attacking players. So with that, I disagree with those points of not having enough experience. Second, I would say he plays lots of people in positions they shouldn't be. We saw last game how Enzo did a pretty decent job in one man of the match in a deeper role. Same with when he was in Liverpool, when he played against you guys, Liverpool first game of the season. I'm not saying that to brag, but I'm just saying in general compared to where he plays as 10 sometimes because he wants Conor Gallagher to be there, which makes no sense, especially if you want to get control. He plays Matheson literally anywhere besides left back. When this guy was the best left back in the championship, and when he went to Dortmund in the first game was pretty decent when replacing whoever he was. So I don't get that point as well. He's playing a Cucurella who plays right back, who had some decent games there, and hardly plays on left back, and plays Colwell instead, and then decides to play Chilwell as a left wing.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're doing all these things continuously, what's the point? His backline is constantly changing. Even if Thiago Silva's fine, he'll sometimes do Thiago Silva Badiashile, Thiago Silva Disasi. He's not even keeping the center backs as a pairing. You have a pairing already set because in Monaco, Badiashile and Disasi for 3 years played together. The same Disasi and Badiashile where Disasi was the captain for. If you wanted to go young, why don't you do that? You can slowly fade out Thiago Silva and get Disasi this game experience so he can get used to this league. Basically, the entire back line, 3 out of the 4 would be French-speaking if you include Gusto. So a language problem wouldn't be a big deal. So that's why I think all these faults are on him. If we're talking about attacking-wise, I wholly agree that our attacking players haven't done as well. And I was in Lewis's stream, and there was criticism for Palmer with regards to his misses. But he has credit in the bank because, first of all, the week before, I will say he scored probably a really great goal, probably up there for goal of the season. Right, so we got some credit in the bank, and he has been begging for us in the clutch. He was the only one with a decent goal against Man United, and he's been scoring clutch pens for us when we needed to be. And he's our only bright spark attacking-wise, because Sterling, who's supposed to be our most experienced player, is not providing the consistency compared to a Palmer. So that's why I'm against Poch. And if you're saying which other manager, I would say Hansi Flick. You could say he did shit in Germany, but look at this German side in terms of national team. He can't buy anyone. So he's stuck with a Kai Havertz or Timo Werner striker with the full Krug. He's not dealing with the Kloses and all those people like back in the day. He doesn't have a playmaker like Ozil. He has a fading Muller. He had to wheel out. Klose is basically done his age. The only star player there is Musiala. And now Wirtz or whatever his name
I
is
know
in
why you want Hansi
Leverkusen.
Flick because of what he's done at Bayern, right?
No,
Yes,
he's
but
not.
no, yeah, it's not just that. It's also how he took over
Yeah,
midway
but
through
then
the
also
season, like
look at his
Tuchel.
team at Bayern.
But I'm saying, look at how Tuchel took.
Thiago, Kimmich,
Yes, I agree, but once
Coleman,
again, can I?
Gnabry.
Oh
If
my
I name
days.
that team, it's scary,
sorry,
bro.
if you don't mind, sorry. I'm saying
Yes.
because like Tuchel did for us, he took over midway through the season, and we saw a consistent game style, play style, and he got us top 4. If you're talking about other managers that did the same thing, you could say Eddie Howe, and we got a place of Aston Villa last season from relegation, which they were this point of the season last year, to 7th, and now where are they now? Poch has not provided us this style to be confident in. We're getting very lucky with the wins. And if you're talking about defensive wise, we have the height. We have the height, and we're conceding in set pieces. We're conceding in second balls so much compared to last season.
No,
And
that's
it's
not just
unacceptable.
that's not just height though. It's the lack
But
of
I'm just
coaching.
saying, that's what I'm
Lack
saying.
of coaching.
He's blaming height, but I'm saying height's not an issue for us. Because you can see Thiago Silva winning late headers and everything. It's not Disasi. He's built like a tank. He's slow, but I'm pretty sure he can win a couple of headers. Same with Barry Shield at 6'4". So it's not a height issue. It's an issue of how he sets up his special teams or whoever he has as a coach for that.
Yeah,
For
but
set
like,
pieces, sorry.
did you
Okay,
watch
let me
that?
ask you both a question since you're both Poch out. First of all, big up to Mo who says, Mike, that's your safe for today. I'll be ready to drop more next time. Tabang is on a halftime show. Mo, I feel like if I gave you a really big number, you wouldn't do it. So there is no point. And also, Mike is my co-host today. Allow it, man. I need a co-host on a call-in show. Like, what if I need to go make coffee or something? What if one of the callers gives me a headache? You know, I need Mike to take over. You know, Mike is a very important piece to of This Is Football. Like, no one can deny it. Hold that, Mo. But thank you for sending in a super chat, despite you're not being an asshole for once. So I appreciate you. Big up to you, Mo. Get the likes up, you guys. Listen, I just want to say something, right?
Yeah.
This is what I want to say. First of all, I don't think that there are things that Pochettino's perfect. Pochettino's made many mistakes this season. Substitutions. I blamed him for substitutions against Boro away. I said it to Lewis. I said his substitutions I think were horrible. I think he's played players out of position. He's done many things. But at the same time, I'm going to share screen right now. And I just want a explanation for this.
For the big
So
chance.
now, big chances created, English Premier League. No agendas. The saying is what? Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Everyone sucks off Arteta. Look where Chelsea are. Chelsea are fifth, right?
I'm not
Scroll down.
I
Let me
understand
land. You've created more chances than Villa, Brighton, and Arsenal.
yeah.
You have created 45 big chances. And then all I have to do is just change the
41
stat
missed one. Yeah.
to big chances missed.
I saw that yesterday.
And then it refreshes and look who's at the top. Chelsea with 41. Do you understand that this means that you scored 4 big chances? 4 big chances out of 45. Do you understand how dreadful that is? Now, I'm not denying Poch is done. Okay, like as in like mistakes. He's done mistakes. He's committed mistakes, 100%. He's not perfect at all. He's made so many mistakes. However, when I look at that Chelsea team, I do not watch Chelsea and think Poch is the problem. I just do not think that, because you have a let me land and then you guys
go
can
ahead.
Okay,
land. Go ahead.
Yeah, I look at Chelsea. They have a crystal clear style of play. They play offensive football. By the way, more entertaining and better than even Arsenal. And every time I watch you, the scenario is as follows: Chelsea have more possession, dominate possession. 100 chances, you miss 99, you score 1, and the games that you don't score 1, you end up losing. So even the players that like I've mentioned already, you ain't even seen Nkunku yet. You ain't even seen Lavia yet. What's his name? Reece James got injured again. So when you started the season, the 2 most important positions, spine positions, the goalkeeper, I think Petrovic has done well, to be fair, and the striker position, you guys didn't address. And to be fair to Poch, he did ask for Vlahovic and he did ask for an experienced striker in the summer, and he never got him. So now I think you guys are looking at it more from the Abramovich mindset of like, we must win, we are Chelsea. You guys have been spoiled.
Can I give you an honest opinion? If we were 6th, but I could see a style of play, I would be down for it. Because I think the previous caller said, hey, if we want a trophy, we're better than the Spurs. That's a very Man United mentality then. That was Man United last season. I saw no style of play. They want to care about cup. Where the shit are they now? Sorry for the swearing about that. Where are they now? Exactly. If I
They
saw a
ain't been the
style of
same
play,
since the 7-0.
exactly. So if I don't see a style of play, and we're still 6th, 7th, 8th, there's no point. I see no future with this manager. Then
Yeah.
I don't see a style of play. Honestly,
How
attacking
can you
wise,
say you
it's
don't see
very
a style
iffy.
of play? I can describe your style of play.
No, I don't. I honestly don't. Because first of all, the distance and transition wise, we're very sloppy. The distance from defense to even our midfielders is so wide. I don't understand what Poch is doing. He has a center back inverting in who's not comfortable at all. He can't overlap, so he's not providing anything for Sterling or Mudryk. So I don't know what he's doing there. We don't need an extra man in the midfield when Conor Gallagher is running around like a headless chicken nowadays, especially.
That-
Okay, we have a link up play. I can see that part, sure. I can kind of see what Palmer is doing when he likes to cut in because he wants to cut in and get into the middle and drift. Fair enough. But that's about it. Okay, Gusto's kind of doing his own thing. But then if you're not having the same thing on the left side, what's the point? That's why also Colwell looks like utter shit this season. Once again,
Yo.
because he's a left back. And if you were seeing the Liverpool, he would be perfectly fine as a left center back. Why? Because you're saying you play through the back, so your actual left center back would then be Robertson, and Cole will be in the middle. So he's not getting overrun by wingers. He doesn't have to turn back. He doesn't have to make overlapping runs or invert some weird way. He could just play the passing through balls like he did in preseason. I want to see what I saw in preseason. When I saw what we saw in preseason, I believe that's a style of play I can be fine with if we're anywhere between 5th to 8th. But he did not continue with that from the first
Yeah, but
game in
then
Liverpool.
Jackson misses all the chances. So
No, it's
Don't-
not. No, it's not about missing. It's once again the
fact.
style of play.
It's
No,
fact.
it's about I'm saying it's about the style of play. I'm complaining.
Yeah,
about.
but I can describe your style of play. You play 4-2-3-1.
No, I'm saying compared to the preseason and what we
Okay,
have
but you
since
play
Liverpool game
4-2-3-1.
one.
It's offensive. You control
How?
possession. You
We
dominate
control
teams.
possession, but that's like Potter. Then we always control
Has
possession.
any team
We
dominated
control
you this
possession.
whole year?
No, but then we
And I mean,
concede
like,
on set pieces.
dominated Chelsea. Have you been dominated?
No.
But I could
The
say the
only
same
game
with
I
Tuchel,
think you
right?
like were semi-dominated was United, to be honest. Like
Yeah.
away.
No,
Yeah.
yes,
Yes,
United,
yes.
the only
Yeah,
team
that was probably your
dominated.
worst performance.
Yeah.
But other than that, every time I watch Chelsea, they're genuinely speaking the best team on the pitch.
Hussam,
Can
you
I
fell for it.
can I be
You
honest
fell
with you?
for it.
When I see set pieces, I think of it like a penalty. I am shitting bricks
Mhm.
every time there's a corner or a ball whipped in specifically from right to left, targeting the left side in Colwell. The ball's always coming towards Colwell's direction or he's getting beat on the left. They're targeting him on purpose, and it's because Poch is allowing it. And it's almost like it's like a pen.
And that's
It's
one of
almost
his
like
mistakes.
it's like a
That is the correct
25.
criticism.
Yes, but that's the thing. That's where we're conceding. I understand if we're not scoring goals, but if we're not conceding, we get more draws even. We get more wins even. Because there's a stat also that we have not been under after the first half. We've always either drawn or been in the lead in the first half. So in the second half is a tactical decision once again, where he's not performing to the tactical adjustments to get us either further in the lead or to get us in the lead and hold it.
No.
So that's on him once again.
Hussam, you know the problem is with this manager?
Tell me.
The reason why I call him a terrorist is because he's done. First of all, there are players that have regressed under him. Pretty much every player has regressed. Enzo has regressed. Caicedo has regressed. Colwill has regressed. Badiashile, this guy has actually spoiled Badiashile. Badiashile last season was composed as hell, like no mistakes, nothing like that. Somehow he regresses him to such a point where he's making mistakes left, right, and center. Even if you look at Thiago Silva, I don't even trust Thiago Silva in the back no more because he's always slipping, and that's because his old age. He shouldn't even be playing every week. You understand? But this manager, he's regressed everyone. Number one, and number two, he gets away with it because then I was seeing stats like, oh, he's won 6 out of our 8 last games. Who did
That
we
was like
win
United's
against?
run. That was like
Huh?
United's run like a
Exactly.
month ago.
Who did we win? First of all, with the United run, if you saw Ten Hag cheated his way with the McTominay braces, the little low block football, whatever. But in every single one of those games, the Luton game, we went to sleep in the last 20 minutes and they just started cooking us time and time. They should have scored 4 if offside didn't stop them from scoring 2. I think 2 were counted out or whatever. The same with the United game. The United game showed how fraudulent this guy is, huh? How are we making Anthony look good? Forget Cole at left back. We made Anthony look good for a full 90 minutes, huh? Garnacho absolutely spinning them, huh? And yes, we create chances and we miss them. But like, how do you expect to bury these chances when you got Broya up front? When you look at the Fulham game,
But he didn't want
and
Broya though. That's my point. He wanted
Yes,
Vlahovic.
but no,
yes,
but with Vlahovic, it's also part of Lukaku's fault because our thing was like a sign and trade where we're like, we'll pay you 40 and you get Lukaku. Lukaku did not want to move because he fucked it up because he told Inter he was going to
Lukaku
join
has
them.
ruined your strike
Yeah,
thing like
so
the
that's what I'm
last 3
saying.
years now.
And then he didn't want to go to Saudi either, so that's why we couldn't get Vlahovic.
Mm.
So that's
And
the thing.
No,
also,
but I'm saying he didn't want Broha, obviously, or Jackson. He
No,
wanted
yeah,
agreed,
of course. And like these terrorist tactics where
By
you're
the way,
playing
these
someone
40,
like
these 41 big chances, even if you scored half of them, you'd be fifth right now. You'd be like,
no,
Yeah.
but Hussam,
Hey, if we didn't
that's
concede with
that's me
Sanchez
being
against
no
Arsenal,
agenda. That's me being
no,
real,
no,
right?
I
Hussam,
agree.
the chances that you're saying we're creating and missing, these are our only chances. That's why we're so low on the table. And that's why sometimes we're barely scraping away by 1 goal differential in every game versus Palace here and there. But even that Palace game, it exposed our defensive liability. How did we concede? Colwill tries to go in for the header when they ping it in. He leaves Elise on his own. Elise, literally, the ball lands to his feet and then he slaps it into the goal. It's as easy as that. Alfie Doughty versus us, the Luton guy. Oh my days, he kept even against Malagusto. But the reason why is because
You done
Poch's
the double against
substitution.
Luton, to be fair.
Who?
Yeah.
You done the
And
double over
Fulham.
Luton.
And Fulham.
This is a fraud, man. Like his best results have come against relegation for that. I've seen stats like, oh, he's undefeated against teams that have been promoted about the league. Shut up, man. That doesn't mean anything, huh?
And if you're talking about top 6, we lost to Villa. Like we lost to United.
Yes,
We've lost to West Ham.
that United loss, I'm not saying it's like he should have got sacked, but that's a sackable offense. That's an offense which literally should like bring like pressure. That's what I meant. You know what I mean? And yes, the owners did put pressure. They said he needs to win 6 out of 6, starting from the game versus Crystal Palace. We won Crystal Palace, we won Luton, we won Preston. Well, now, and then we lost to Middlesbrough. But why? And Middlesbrough, by the way, this is basically their B team. They had 14 injuries going into the game. Their starting striker who's playing, and their fullback got injured within the first 20 minutes. Okay.
You're gonna end up in the final anyway, so I don't think it makes a difference.
Sam, you really
Are you ready for a shootout, by the way?
there's a risk. This manager can do things. This is why, like,
Listen, after Klopp and Pep, out of everyone else, I'm taking Poch at Liverpool.
No. This manager, this is the problem though, and this is why my hated really like. This is why I really want this guy out. He's proved it in his past that he can't work under pressure or expectation. How can a guy go to PSG, do what every manager for PSG does, win the league title, by the way, but he didn't? He won it by 14 points, and he didn't even get manager of the year or the season, huh? This guy was playing.
Unai Emery's only success with a big club is beating PSG and is winning the league with PSG and have the people suck.
Yes, but Poch didn't.
Yeah, and he failed at Arsenal and he failed at PSG.
But Poch didn't win with PSG the first season with Messi and Neymar and Mbappe. Yeah, but it's PSG. I'm sorry, it's PSG. It's PSG.
No, I agree with you. I don't necessarily think winning the league with PSG is like some form of crazy accomplishment. I agree with that. All I'm saying is the reason why me as a content creator I have to find Spurs fans to invite on shows is because of Pochettino.
I agree. I got the whole thing yesterday.
Have you met Quaripi? I take it from your accent. You're in the US or Canada or like Canada, North American.
Yeah.
Have you ever met a fucking Wolves fan or a Palace fan or shit like that?
No.
So that would have been Spurs today if it weren't for Pochettino.
I remember.
So we act like Spurs are a big club. They're not. They're here just because of Poch. So he's done in his career. Agreed. He's done a lot. And I think even watching this Chelsea side, if you fix a couple of things, you'll end up being there.
Hussam, this guy is a fraud. That UCL run with Spurs, do not be fooled by it, huh? He cheated. He cheated that quarter final versus Man City. He cheated that semi-final.
Now you're going too far.
Now you're doing too much.
I'm not saying he cheated, but I'm saying it was a special moment by Lucas Moura with all those things he did, like the turn and everything. Come on, you
couldn't beat Barcelona.
This is football.
I know. I agree.
But
agree.
You beat
But then-
Bayern with a special moment, the
No,
Drogba
no.
header.
yeah,
I agree. But what I'm saying is,
I beat Barcelona on a
no, but
surprise
here's the thing.
corner kick.
Here's another thing about
Yeah.
what Poch does. You see a man like Lucas Moura in form, right? He clutches it to you for the finals. He doesn't even start. You have it with with Modric. He got a goal. The next game he got benched. With
Mhm.
I
Broja,
agree
he
with you
got a
there.
goal.
Madueke.
That's what I'm saying. With Broja, he got a goal. Finally got a goal against Preston. We got our heads up.
Bench.
Doesn't start him, benched. That's what we need.
Madueke.
He's folding in these big moments with you.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then if he benches Madueke, he got 2 goals in 2 games. Why did he bench
only-
Madueke?
No, like-
Husam froze there. The only thing that I just want to say to the Chelsea fans is, at the end of the day, no matter who comes in, no matter who your long-term manager is going to be, you're going to have to go through a spell where you guys
Yes.
just suck. You're like, no, but the thing is that could be 2 seasons. That could be 2 seasons of shitty football. Like, and hold on. When I say shitty, I mean you're not competing for the title. Like, you're used to competing for the title every year and playing in Europe. When I say shitty, I mean, like, Liverpool when Jurgen Klopp first came. It's like, okay, we're building to a Europa League final. That's our goal. And then, okay, now all of a sudden we're going on a Champions League run, but we're not in the Premier League fight. Then we go on a Champions League run and we lose to City. And then the season after that, okay, it's league run, but we bomb out of the Champions League. What I'm saying is that there's going to be a period where you have to lower your expectations slightly, in the understanding
Of
that
course.
but like, I'm just saying, like, for all you know, you could be in that period. I'm not saying you are. But for all you know, this could just be the rough patch, because no matter who you bring in, I mean, at the end of the day, your team is too young. You didn't even have an identity beforehand. And if you keep doing this over and over again, you're just going to be in a continuous cycle. And the more managers you sack, the further you dig the hole, because the more you're going to have to invest, the more that's going to have to change, and the deeper everything gets. So eventually you're just going to have to bite a bullet and say, you know what? If I have to go 6th place, 7th place just to get to 2nd, well, that's way better than sitting here and having the same thing and having the same dream played over and over again. That's kind of like my perspective on it. But I think all of your
Basically,
complaints
just take the rough
are
ride
very
and see where
valid.
it leads, type thing.
I would just
No.
say one last thing, because I want other people obviously too. It's just,
Yes.
if the
Yeah.
style of play what I saw in preseason, I would agree with you, but I have not seen that. And that's the biggest issue for me. Because
Which
that
is
style
fine.
of play I loved, and I could understand. I would be patient with 8th, 7th, whatever. But then he abandoned that like first game in, and I get that we had an injury, but after that, when we got some healthy players, it just completely disappeared. Cole has been left back ever since,
Yeah.
right? So that's the issue.
Okay.
If I thought preseason, that would be fine. Anyways, thank you so much once again.
Big up to you, Karipi. I recognize your voice now from the gaming channel. I was like, yo, I've heard that voice before. You were the guy that cooked the Arsenal fan one time, and you just
Oh, I
just
constantly
back-
cook Spurs and Arsenal. That's my favorite pastime
Yeah,
there as a Chelsea
I
fan.
noticed. Big up to you, Butch, as well.
Yeah,
I
big up,
appreciate you
man.
coming on. Big up, Harry. Big up to you guys. Clayton and Ram, please do switch on your cameras so I see who you are. Guys, there's space that's opened up as well. David Reyes, if you want to come on and cook this fraud.
Come on, David.
this is your
Come on, come at me.
opportunity. Instead
Come
of
at me,
fighting
David.
from the chat, this is your chance to come cook this bozo right here. And you can cook
super
Lauren
chat
while
$30.
you're at it as well.
Yeah, $30 to come in here and throw hands with me. Come on.
Clayton, all I see is a star, my brother. I do not see your face. I said I want to see your face, not the star. Big up, Clayton. You can switch it off now if you want. So, David, guys, sorry, celebrity tax. We have to do it. Ram and
He's got deep
and
pockets.
Clayton, just be a bit more patient with me. This is a fight that we all want. We have to witness this fight here. I'm just being Dana White here. Joining us on the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Instead of fighting from the chat, this is his opportunity to punch Mike and throw his hands live on the stream. Man like David is in the middle.
There we go. There we go.
Let's go.
I love it.
Let's
I love
go.
it. You know, but hold on. Here's what I love. He comes on and he shows his face and he states his opinion rather than sitting in the chat. So big up to you.
Yeah, it's big
And
up, Dave.
our-
Big
our-
up, Dave.
Disagree with me all you want.
Right.
This fight,
One,
I'm
quick-
here.
one,
for.
quick-
Yalla.
one quick question. One quick question. Why does Cody Gakpo have more goals than Darwin Nunez this season? Cody Gakpo, who's played far less games.
In the Premier League, no, he doesn't.
No, not. I'm talking about overall season because
Okay, sure.
it's all football, isn't it? It's the same sport. It's all. It doesn't matter the competition. Why does Cody Gakpo have more goals in less minutes than Darwin Nunez? Why?
He's a better finisher. He has a better clinical percentage. He has a better conversion rate. And when Cody Gakpo and Darwin Nunez are on the pitch at the same time, Darwin's on the left and Cody's in the middle. But yes, Cody is a better finisher, and that would be why, because Darwin cannot hit the broadside of a barn when it comes to, but unless it's the hardest shot in the world, if it's the hardest opportunity you've ever seen, Darwin will score it. But if it's anything easier than that, he won't. So yeah, absolutely.
In the
Cody
Carabao
is
Cup game against Fulham, if it was Gakpo passing it and Nunez trying to finish it, does he score?
no,
he doesn't. He doesn't
more
score that.
probably not.
Most likely not.
Yeah,
because he's got
So
five.
go on, David, and tell us what's your problem with Mike's take. It's your time to shine here. Go on, tell us.
Well, with Mike's take, right? It was actually took me aback a bit because he was actually more I'd say he was a lot more calm about it, and he was a lot more straightforward about it. He was all right about it. I don't really have any sort of issues with the take per se, but the main issue I have is, Darwin Nunez has not done anything for this football club. Let's be real.
True.
He's done nothing for this football club. We've won no trophies with him. He's only scored 14 goals last season. And how many this season? 8 this season. 22 goals in about 70 appearances. He's done nothing for this club. I've seen strikers in this football club, Suarez, Fernando Torres, even Firmino, you can add Firmino to that, Salah, Mane. They aren't strikers per se, but they've given me goals. They've won me trophies. They've won me Champions Leagues. They've won me Premier Leagues. Torres and Suarez didn't win those competitions for me because, you know, we weren't really great at those times, but, you know, we move. Darwin Nunez is under a place where, under a team where we can potentially win a lot. We can potentially win Premier Leagues, Champions Leagues, FA Cups. But he's not delivering for me. He's not done anything for me. So how can I say that, oh, it's all right, everything is fine? How can I say he's all right, he'll come good? How I don't have, there's no evidence for it.
I think it's entirely based on how you're judging him. I think everything is dependent. That's why I think this is such a person to person argument, and that's why I think that within our club there's a lot of tribalism, because I think that people view it differently, right? There's one way of basically saying, okay, well, what type of player do we think that Klopp thinks that he is, right? Because when you looked at Firmino was not a goal scoring striker. He scored goals. He was a very technically gifted player. He got assists. But I never, ever, ever expected Roberto Firmino to go in season after season and get me continuously 20 goals, 15 goals. You know what I mean? So we have to think, what does Klopp view him as? Where has he been playing? Who's been, I mean, listen, like, no matter how you want to slice the cake, he does not have the output in front of goal. But am I just going to neglect everything else that he does off the ball? Am I going to neglect all of the movement? Am I going to neglect all of the space that he creates for other players? His assisting numbers, right?
Okay,
So
we discussed that.
Yeah,
Mike,
sure.
We discussed that. If you look at him, I'm not looking at stats here. Look at him on the eye test, right? Let's say he's a winger, right? Let's say you said that he's better on the left. Passing wise, below par. I'm talking about Liverpool here, top level. At the top level, passing wise, he's below par. Touch, below par. Crossing, below par. Even keeping the ball to feet, below par. That's one issue I actually have with another player in our squad, Gravenberch. I like Gravenberch, and I kind of like what he's done so far. But the one issue I have with him, right, is that he can't keep the ball. He can't stick it to the feet, and that's another issue we have with Darwin Nunez. Number 9. That's an issue
Yeah.
we have with him. He can't keep the ball to feet. That's why we end up losing possession. That's why we end up losing chances. I haven't even gotten to the part of about goals yet, about actually converting your chances yet. He can't. He doesn't really have a good vision per se. Most of these assists that he has so far are brilliance in around the squad with your Cody Gakpos, your most, especially Mo Salah. If I play with Mo Salah, I'll get assists for days, and I'm not a good footballer. I'll get assists for days because I can lay it off to him, and he'll just do something brilliant with it. That's what he is. That's who Mo Salah is. Darwin Nunez's stats that you see, which are the assists, right? All of these things are kind of misleading because we've got good players around the squad, good midfielders, good strike, good wingers. That's why.
I mean, listen, I think that you're giving the midfield built up a little bit too much credit. I think that there have been tons of problems in the midfield, whether it's Gravenberch or Soboslai. I think that there's many times where our build-up is super stagnant throughout games where we hold tons of possession and then all of a sudden we get a quick transition goal. Yes, I have never debated the fact that Darwin Nunez misses big chances. Thank you for elaborating on this further and showing us the statistics. If Darwin Nunez listen, his conversion rate's 5%. If his conversion rate was 10%, I think all of our opinions would be different, right? The guy's not perfect. He's far from it, but he's 24 years old, right? He creates space. He creates opportunities. And whenever Nunez is not in the team, I would be super interested to see because I'm almost willing to bet money.
He creates space. What do you mean by that?
His runs will create space for other players. He drags defenders with him, right? Like it's a part of having pace. You drag someone with you, you're creating space for someone else to cut in. But I guarantee you that if we were able to pull up the statistics of how many chances did we create with Darwin in the lineup and without Darwin in the lineup, no matter where he's playing, it would significantly be higher with Darwin in the lineup because what changed the game against Arsenal and what has changed the game in the past is bringing on Nunez. Now, if you want to have the whole debate of switching him to becoming more of a sub, like I'm fine. And to be honest with you, if the rest of the forward line were in form, if Diogo Jota were in form, he looked horrible in the first half against Arsenal. So if he came back, if he was banging, I'd say fine. You know what? Play Gakpo, play Salah, play Jota, and have Nunez be a super sub for the time being. But the issue that I have with people right now,
good idea. I think that's a good
which
idea.
is yeah.
The thing with Darwin Nunez is that I agree with.
He's just
I
gonna
know
keep
Tom Little is a fraud, right? Tom Little is a fraud, but I actually agree with him with one take where it's not his finishing per se with Darwin Nunez, but it's his actual composure. Is his mental composure. Is like whenever he gets a chance, he like freaks out. He just freaks out and
he has no finesse.
Yeah,
he has no finesse.
Not just finesse, because you can have rash players who can still have composure. Look at Osimhen. Osimhen hasn't got the greatest finesse, but he still scores goals. Look at even Haaland. Haaland hasn't got the best finesse in the world. His touch is good at times as well, but he still scores goals. You saw that stat there where it says Haaland still got 17 missed chances in the league, but his conversion rate is still much better than Nunez's. You can still see even the best of strikers still miss big chances, but it's all about the conversion rate.
Yes, and the rate of goals scored as well, because the reason why I was showing the stats is having 18 big chances missed with 5 goals scored is unacceptable. It's just like that's my honest opinion.
Yeah,
like if you had 18 big chances missed and like 11 goals, 10 goals, 12 goals, pairs. Well, you have 5 goals. That's the thing, and I think it's just not good enough, to be honest with you.
Which is fine, but the only thing that I'm going to ask is, okay, who else in the team are you going to point to, and where is that output? Because it's the only person that you could even make an argument for It's Jota, 14 games, 5 goals, right? So he's, I mean, listen, he's also
Jota
been
has
hurt.
one big chance missed this season.
100%, but he's also been hurt. So for me,
That's the problem with Jota, to be fair, where he just
His availability.
yeah,
100%.
his availability just never keeps fit throughout the whole season.
exactly,
That's why
so
I think. That's why I think at the end of the season we need another forward. We need a striker or a strike hybrid sort of, probably a main striker per se or a forward, and probably get rid of one player.
I would
That's what
listen. I would be perfectly fine with that. I don't think that statistically there's any argument against that. It's just that at this moment in time, realistically, I don't see another option. I don't see anyone else on this team who can come in and do what he does, unless we just simply tweak the way that we have the entire front line playing. But at the same time, Luis Diaz has still been subpar output. Cody Gakpo has been, and I'm talking in the Premier League. Cody Gakpo has had subpar output.
Isaac's so overrated. I wouldn't get Isaac.
Jota has been hurt, and we don't have Mo Salah right now, right? So
Well,
I understand everything that you're
it's a
saying.
bit- I think it's a bit of a myth that Gakpo's been like very like underrated. I think Gakpo has probably been our third best forward. You've got Salah, you could say Jota, then Gakpo. Like in my opinion, anyways. If Gakpo hasn't had as much chances this season, he hasn't had a lot of chances due to injuries, selections and stuff like that. But with Gakpo, his best position is in the front line, in the striker role. I think his best position is there because he hasn't got the proper pace to play on the left, in my opinion. I'll say
I agree with that. I don't think Gakpo should play on the wing at all.
No, he's not.
He should be a false 9, and it should be Salah and whoever else pretty much playing as right striker, left striker.
I'll say Jota.
It should be a diamond midfield.
Darwin's so bad. You want to say Darwin's so bad? Say it.
Listen.
Say it, Mike. Say it with your chest.
No, just like listen. All the guys.
But can I say this? Let me say this about Darwin Nunez, right? One thing that really frustrates me about him is that he's just got so much potential. He's got so much potential. There's a reason why players like him get so many chances. It's not normal to get that many chances. For example, you've got Salah. Salah gets so many chances. You got Mane when he was here. He got so many chances. You got Hojlund, so many chances. World-class players and potential world-class players, they have so many chances to score or create a chance. But the frustrating thing about Darwin Nunez is his composure. People keep saying about chaos. I'm sorry, chaos doesn't create win me trophies.
Yes, chaos never wins you trophies.
You're right.
By the way, you know when I think this whole Darwin thing is gonna go to the shits, even by Mike. If we play a Carabao Cup, FA Cup, Europa League final, and he misses 3 1-on-1s and we end up losing, that is when this whole situation, everyone's just gonna go like, nope, fuck off, 100%. I promise you, that's what's gonna happen. Because if we play Chelsea and Salah basically creates 3 clear-cut goal-scoring opportunities for Nunez, and he misses all 3, and we end up losing 1-0, then it's 100% gonna be like fuck Darwin Nunez at that point, and everyone's gonna agree with David, including Mike. So, but unfortunately, because Diaz stinks, you get me. Gakpo been playing in midfield this season a little bit, so he needs to do better. We have to not.
I actually have a question for Mike. I have a question for Mike. Right. We know about Anthony, right, and how shit he is, right? Anthony, right? We were told Anthony, he should have been bought. We were told Anthony should have been bought for 25 million. Now, looking back, how much should Darwin Nunez have cost?
A fair valuation.
We saw no. Don't judge him as a left winger. Judge him as a striker.
I'm not.
we were told that this guy was like the next big thing, next big striker. That's what I
Well,
thought.
the media was, and to be honest with you, we were definitely a little bit tricked by the fact that Darwin played us in the Champions League, and that was like the system that happened to like have him thrive. A high line, he's got insane pace, he's able to run in behind, right? So he looked a lot better than he really was. But ultimately,
Funny
if
how
I
he
were,
showed composure against us. Then
yeah,
what
listen, hey, listen, but here's the thing. You like I haven't disagreed with any of your points because they're all valid. But the one thing is that composure is something that is a skill that can be developed. It's unlike everything else when we talk about a footballer, right? Like
Yeah.
a guy can develop composure. A guy cannot develop the ability to create all of these chances instinctively. So
Yeah.
the one shining thing here is that. But I would say I would probably be looking at like 35. Like if we're going to be realistic based on the
Yes,
numbers
I agree.
that he
Yeah.
has produced, 35.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
So we
30,
wasted
35 max. But anyway,
Yeah.
big up to you, David, for joining us. I appreciate
we
you. I give you
wasted
celebrity tax. I
million.
pushed everyone up the line for you. So big up to you, David.
Bro,
I know
and
Mike as
bro,
well
big up
appreciates
to
you coming
Sam,
on
man.
as well.
Big up. Bro,
Love,
well
love.
done for 5K subscribers, and you know I've been watching you for probably about 2 years now, and big up, man, and hopefully I'll be there when you reach 100K as well.
Inshallah, inshallah. When I get my plaque, I'm gonna have it with my plaque right here. 100K. I'm gonna have it on
and it's
my wall
50
behind.
pounds. 50
Yeah.
pounds. It's the price is not 50 pounds to have me booted, by the way. So you're gonna have to have deeper
No,
pockets.
no. So,
No,
bro,
not today. Not today. You cannot put Mike
No,
That's
no.
off today. I'm gonna need them.
no, when I did that originally, that was just like as a joke, you know.
No.
All
All love.
You know,
It's all-
I've been watching this channel for a while, and Mike Dats is always on the comment, and you know, I agree with you with like most of your takes, but it's just like a few.
Fine.
Yeah, the Darwin thing is
That's
where
with
it's
every-
I publicly said I am a delusional Darwin supporter. It's fine. Like I'm okay. I'm
Yeah.
open about my delusion. It's okay.
Big
It's
up
all
to you,
good.
David. Thank you for
Yeah.
coming on.
Big
Thank
job,
you
David.
for the love as well you always show us. Big up to you. See you, my brother. So that was a very good, intense moment right there. Clayton and Ram, sorry for pushing you to the back of the queue. We're about to bring you on now. Get yourselves ready. Everyone hit the like button and subscribe. Clayton and Ram, those are the next two. Big up to Mr. Khan, who says, I'm tired of you disrespecting Spurs. We're like the 5th most trophies in British football. Chelsea, the bums. Born in 2004, died in 2022. F Chelsea. I have no problem with what you're saying about Chelsea, but that's not my argument. I'm saying the reason why Tottenham Hotspur have a global fan base, as I can see from the super chat that you've sent, it's in British pounds. I'm not questioning someone is born in London in that part that supports Tottenham Hotspur. I'm just saying, generally speaking, had Pochettino not done what he done with Spurs, the global fan base would not exist. It would be like asking Wolverhampton Wanderers or Nottingham Forest or clubs like that to have a worldwide fan base, which does not exist in reality. You get the difference? So Mauricio Pochettino made you a Champions League club. And that is what brought in the global audience. No one's disrespecting Spurs. But anyway, big up to you, Mr. Khan. Guys, 250 people still in here. Make sure you guys are running the likes up. Make sure you guys are subscribing. Ram, I don't know if you're ready or not. Big up to Clayton. Ram, if you're ready, let me know. Big up to you, my brother. Clayton, go on. We start with you first. What do you want to talk about today?
Yeah, I'm a Liverpool fan, bro.
Big up.
I just want to say, bro, like with Gakpo now, bro, I think that Gakpo has played games that he's played bad. So what's the argument, bro? And I think Jota is too injury prone.
You think he's too injury
What
prone?
are you arguing with? Like Gakpo?
Yeah, Gakpo has played games like when Nunez have a bad game and you put in Gakpo, it's like Gakpo have a bad game too, bro. So it's like I don't really know, bro. With Gakpo, it's kind of different, bro, and kind of blame Klopp for it. Klopp is playing Gakpo all over the place. Left winger,
don't necessarily think
midfielder.
Gakpo's done that this season.
He's been all right, but I think the season that we buy him in January, he's been far better.
I agree.
Gakpo can do more, bro. I think Gakpo is far better than this, bro. But with Nunez, bro, Nunez can be your Divock Origi, bro.
85 million Divock Origi. That's quite
Yeah,
expensive.
I think his potential is a little bit higher than that.
But
But
you see the thing with Darwin, bro. Darwin is a good weapon to have off the bench. Sometimes it's good to start. Sometimes it's good to have Gakpo. Like against a high line like Arsenal and City, I want to see Darwin Nunez. But against a Burnley, I forgot they have company now. Like against Luton Town, when Luton Town is gonna sit back, I don't think Darwin is that guy. I think Luton Town can handle him very well, unless you're gonna play him on the wing. Just like in the Arsenal game, that Klopp realized that Saliba and Gabriel is man marking him. You have to put him on the wings and start to cause chaos.
Listen,
But-
100%.
But I think some people is overdoing it with Darwin, bro. Like if we were losing the game, only one game Darwin cost us, bro, and it's the Luton Town game.
Big up, my guy. Allergies in the chat, watching us on his way to work as well. Big up to you. Now, the Luton game, he cost us points. And all I'm saying is the turning point will be, and even from Mike himself, who himself has called himself delusional, all that delusion will go away if we're playing a Carabao Cup final and he misses 2 1-on-1s and we end up losing.
I
That
agree,
is when
bro.
he will lose his shit, because I know Mike well. 100% that's when he loses shit and he'll fully turn on Darwin. So, yeah, that's the
I
thing.
agree, bro.
Look, all this
I
missing
agree.
chances stuff is like, oh my God, look at Darwin crying and shit. Like, yeah, all that's cute. But if it costs us points and it costs us trophies, then people are just going to turn on the guy 100%.
Yeah, bro. And the thing with Darwin now, bro, I think people is not talking about his link up. I think Darwin can link up better now than the season that he came. But I think this first season that we get him, I think he was a better finisher then than now. I think he's far worse now. I don't know why. Because like the simple tapping against Fulham, he kicked it on who's their goalkeeper again? The Arsenal keeper. Kicked it on the goalkeeper's foot.
Leno?
Bernd Leno. Like I think that was a simple goal. People is bigging up Bernd Leno. Darwin should feel disappointed. He kicked it straight on the guy's foot. And that header was a good header. So, but all I can say, he's been unlucky sometimes. But
Yeah, but if eventually at a certain point you have to start saying, well, is it luck or is it just that he doesn't have composure? Because I mean, listen, for the Leno shot, like that's a bang play. Connor Bradley sends the ball in. It's very quick. He doesn't have any space. He doesn't have any time. He has to use his weak foot to direct it on goal. Like it just happens to go directly in front of him. That anyone could score that. Anyone could miss that. But there's plenty of times where Darwin just doesn't put the ball on goal. And I guess like if I'm gonna sympathize with anything, that's what I would sympathize with. The fact that too many times he's hitting the woodwork or too many times he's missing the net completely. It's like if you're gonna make the goalie make a save, make him make a save, but put the ball on net. Put the ball on net.
Yeah, bro. But first thing first, bro, I'm a Darwin fan, bro. But sometimes I cannot defend Darwin to the shit that he's does. Like you see the thing with Darwin now, bro. Like sometimes he should hit the target this season. Sometimes he kick the ball, miskick the ball, heads the ball over the goal. He should he missed 18 big chances. He should have 14 goals this season. Because I can tell you most of them are tapping. Mo Salah good. Mo Salah good. If you have 10 more assists in all competition. Because
I hear you.
The one in the Europa League.
Sorry, Clayton. I just want to let Ram speak so we can get him as a part of this conversation. Go on, Ram.
Yeah. Do you want me to talk about that, or I'm a Spurs fan? I wanted to talk about something else.
Go on. You can talk about whatever you want.
Sure. So I wanted to. So I feel from my team, Bentancur is one of the most underrated midfielders in the league. I think he's actually really good. And my reason for that is he's extremely calm on the ball. He's press resistant. He's also creative, good at long balls. The only thing that I feel that he's missing a bit is, how the kind of passes that De Bruyne makes that almost no one can make, the curve passes, like that curve kind of through balls. He doesn't have that part yet. But except that, I feel he's one of the most complete midfielders. I'm not saying he's like on his level, but I feel like he has potential to become really good. Like, so I wanted to know how much do you guys rate him? Where do you place him?
I think Bentancur is underrated. I think he's a very good player. The problem is he's very injury prone, in my opinion. I think that's his biggest problem, how injury prone he is. But if he can maintain his fitness, then he can become one of the best midfielders in the league. And we've seen that multiple times from Bentancur. I think Bentancur is a very good player. The only problem is his fitness issues, because this is not his first injury. He's been injured before multiple times. That's the thing I'd say on Bentancur.
Bentancur, Bentancur is their Thiago to us, bro. He's a very good player, but he's always injured, bro. Like, he have the quality, bro. Like, I know that enough Spurs fan want him to sell, but the quality that he's have, like, he's showing it right now. When, like, I'm a Liverpool fan, bro. Like, when Thiago come back and drop a one shoulder, bro, and spread it out and spread it wide to Mo Salah, bro, we're gonna like give him a 5-year contract, bro. Like,
I don't know about that, but
like, you don't lose those stuff, bro. So yeah, bro, I rate Bentancur highly, bro.
I think if you're if you're a big Bentancur fan, you should go and subscribe to the United Spurs of America, because Jacob just absolutely loves that man. And I think that Bentancur scored a great goal against United. And I think he's a quality player, but just like everyone, availability is a player's number one attribute, and it doesn't matter how good you are if you just absolutely suck. Oh, I'm sorry. If you are not on the pitch. Sorry, Vel came in, and then the word "suck" came into my mind. But yeah, I think it's just a matter of can he be durable enough, and if not, you're just gonna have to move on and move forward. It's like the whole Reece James thing. I know that they're two different positions, but I don't rate Reece James because he plays 13 games a season for the last 2 seasons. So until I start seeing availability, you know what I mean?
I actually like I don't think Bentancur is injury prone. He has had a massive injury last year, Feb, in the Leicester match, which was because of a lunge and a tackle, and then he got destroyed by Matty Cash. It's not like he was not fit, he was running and pulled up his hamstring. It's not really like that. It's more injury because of a collision or a weird placement. So I don't think he's not injury prone. He has consistently played even for Juventus. He has not missed out on many matches. He has just been before the injury last year, he was literally carrying our team in a time where we were the whole team was terrible. We were playing under Conte. He was the only good player on that midfield and defense, and with no one running around him, no one creating space around him, and he was still able to do whatever decent job, because as a midfielder you need other players to create space so that you can pass to them. But he had literally no help, and he still managed to the good thing about him is he can also come near the box and score goals for you. He's a threat in the attack, aerially, and he's a his shooting might not be extremely good, but it's still decent. Not at the level of Madison, but still decent. And he has a decent dribble and attack also. So
no, I agree with you. I think his attributes are very good, specifically to be a Premier League midfielder, 100%. Big up to you, Ram. Big up to you, Clayton, as well. Thank you so much for joining us.
I had one more question.
Yes,
if I can ask. Yeah. So I remember your discussion, Hassam, over the Manchester United and Tottenham match. That was a recent match, and the goals that we considered. And completely true. I love my team, but Porro and Romero were responsible for those goals, undoubtedly.
Thank you.
One thing that I feel like
Hold
there's a
that, Jacob.
defensive flaw in Porro is that he stays too far from the winger, and to compensate for that he always goes for a sliding block or a sliding tackle because he's too far, and he was allowing the winger like Rashford to run, whereas if you just stay close to him he literally can't do anything, especially when you have Romero at your back. So if he was close to him, uh, like I don't think Rashford would have been that productive. So that's one flaw that is in him that is not in Udogi.
Like,
So
like,
Udogi stays
can I ask a
close
question,
to
bro?
his winger.
It's to the Spurs fan. Are you in a tiger race?
I don't think we can win it. I think we'll finish third probably.
Okay, fair enough,
Yeah,
fair enough.
yeah.
Big up to you both. I actually enjoyed that Colin right there. Bentancur conversation. Big up to you. Big up to you, Clayton, as well. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Yeah,
Big
bro.
up to you both. Big up Clayton. Big up Ram. Vel and Zain is up next. Zain, I'm gonna need you to switch on your camera, so I can see who you are before I add you. If not, I'll just add Omar Barry. So Zain, if you could just switch on your camera, please, for me. Thank you very much. If not, then I'm gonna just have to add Barry in first. Omar Barry, I saw you switch on your camera. Please do switch it on again. Big up to my guy Onana who says, not gonna lie, some callers sound like they're giving a class presentation. Love though. Listen, bro, you need to understand some people it's the first time they come on YouTube and stuff. So I don't think it's like anyone's giving a presentation. Some people are nervous, stuff like that. So yeah, it's just a thing where I think like it's just
Cut some people some slack. They're nervous.
yeah, some people have some a little bit of nerves, shit like that. So you know, it happens. It happens, my brother. But big up to you, Onana. Big up to Mr. Khan who says Bentancur was our best midfielder before injury. Yeah, I have no problem with that. I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong. I'm just saying there is an injury-prone side to him. So yeah, that's the thing. So yeah, big up to you, Mr. Khan. I think Bentancur is very good as well. Let's just hope he stays fit for a longer period of time. Get the likes up, guys. Subscribe. Val, can you switch off your camera now? You fucking weirdo. Switch on your camera. Switch off. Thank you. I'd rather you come on with a camera thing. Big up to Omar Barry as well. Big up to you, Omar. And he's stuck now. Omar Barry, if you can hear me, you're fully stuck right now. So we're gonna have to bring on Minerals FC if Omar is stuck. Yep, Omar is stuck. So, Zain, can you switch on your camera, brother? Because it's your turn, but you're not switching on your camera. It's just a black screen. You have not allowed it in the settings. You have to allow it in the settings. You have to allow it in the settings. So, yeah.
Good morning.
Okay. Man like Minerals, man like Val. Zain, you're literally not showing, bro. I promise you it's a black screen. Anyway, guys, get the like, subscribe. Let's go to Val first. Go on, Val, and then we go to Minerals. Go on, Val.
You should cook Mo next stream.
Val, if you're gonna be dead, I promise I'll remove you right now.
No. Did you see what
Can
he
you
said
first
in
of
his
all
last-
show a bit energy, speak, bring your voice out instead of talking out your ass?
Good. Calm. No, I'm just a bit tired. Innit?
Now we can hear you. Thank you. Yalla.
Yeah, I'll just come back for a voice for it, but Mo said,
I'm finally in.
Yes, big up to you.
Hello, my friend. How are you?
Yalla, we do these 3 in a row. Yalla.
Come on, Val. Spit it out. Let's go.
Go on, Val.
He allowed Will, the Spurs fan, to say that Vinny Jr. hasn't achieved anything more than him and Son. Like Son has achieved more than Vinny Jr. at club level. That's why you need to cook Mo for allowing that statement. Embarrassing. Disgraceful. But anyway.
Okay. I'll make sure I cook Mo for that statement. 100%. Don't worry. I got you. Appreciate it, my brother. Yes.
And
what else?
Here's what I'll say. And I think I messaged you earlier saying that, yeah, I feel like I've already conceded that we ain't signing nobody in January.
Yeah.
Because I said, like, based on recent history, we just signed a player 1st of Jan. If no one comes in 1st of Jan, then yeah, it's done.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what you might think about it, but I feel like
Look, I think the way this FFP stuff is going currently, it seems like no club is going to sign anyone in January, to be honest with you. Not Liverpool, not City, not Arsenal, because it seems like the clubs are going hard on the whole FFP thing. So they're being a bit more like patient with it and shit. So listen, may the best team win because no one is signing anyone. Omar, we can't hear you. You're on mute. Unmute your microphone. Come into the StreamYard and just click unmute on your microphone.
Yeah,
Yes.
I apologize. There seems to be something wrong with my camera because
No, we can hear you
and
and see you perfectly. Go on. It's your turn anyway. Go on.
Oh, it's me?
Yes.
Okay. So basically, I am not a Premier League fan, but I'm a Barca fan. Yeah. I'm sorry, Hussam. Can I please come back because I'm hearing too many noises. It's like I can hear myself echoing. I don't know what's going on.
We can't hear you echo, so maybe you just have the YouTube video in the background. If you have the YouTube video from the background, pause it or do something like that.
Yeah, so let me see if I can fix it and then call back.
Okay, no problem. Try if you want. You can come back in.
Okay.
You can come back in. No worries. You're not echoing at all for us, by the way. It's all.
Yeah,
it's all good.
it's on me. I just realized it's on me. So
Yeah, no. Listen, don't worry. Yeah, just leave.
Make sure you mute
Yeah,
your
mute
YouTube.
YouTube. He might be on YouTube as well. You have to mute the YouTube thing if you're on it. But anyway, Omar, I'll let you figure it out. Man like Minerals, go on, bro. What do you want to say?
Oh, go on, bro. What you lot saying?
Yeah.
I mean, what I wanted to say is it's about Liverpool. Like, for me, Liverpool right now look like the real deal, but there's still a few cracks. Like, Liverpool aren't perfect as what some of your fans make out to be. Like, you guys have shown that you can win the league. You know, Salah stepping up, Diaz here or there. The problem, who's gonna cost you this season? I'll say with chest to some, is gonna be Nunez, man. You can't keep missing sitters because there will come a game where you're gonna drop points because of him. And sometimes the chickens will roost to some, and you've been calling out, didn't you?
Yeah, that's I'm being quiet. I'm letting Mike respond. That's his guy. I ain't gonna defend him.
I mean, listen, bro. At the end of the day, if Darwin is the man that is the one who misses the opportunity, he's the man who misses the opportunity. But ultimately, outside of Mo Salah, no one has been producing on the front line as much as they should be when it comes to a title winning perspective. So everyone needs to step up their game.
Yeah,
Does
everyone
Darwin
needs
get?
to be step up?
Yeah, exactly. Darwin just has he's missed the most and he has missed the easiest chances. But
Yeah,
everyone
this
has to
the
step up.
easiest chances. Like, Hussam, I was asking you, like, will the chickens roost because there are little cracks in this Liverpool team. If an injury here and missed chances, there's some games this season where Liverpool miss all their chances. Even Salah misses his sitters. Will that game come back again, or you expect you guys to stick more chances away?
I mean, it really depends. Like, it really depends if he misses chances in a big game, shit like that. The way he done against Luton, that cost us 3 points. Not even Mike can deny it. So, look, if in important moments, because look, the league is won from February until May. If from February till May time he misses crystal clear opportunities that loses us games, no one is gonna be backing someone that costs Liverpool halfway. Like it will cost Liverpool like the title. No one's gonna back a player that costs Liverpool trophies, regardless who it is. So
Hey,
if you want to
CVG
win,
cost you the title, did he? You know, slipping. Like he's a god, Stevie G, but he did cost you though. But like,
yeah, I don't think Steven Gerrard cost us the league title. I think Brendan Rodgers cost us the league title because he should have just caved into what Mourinho wanted. Yeah, and there's multiple factors as well. You cannot win a league when your defense concedes 55 goals.
oh yeah,
It
that's
just
true. You can't defend like that.
Yeah.
I was just saying. I just had to butt in with that. So
yeah, no problem. I appreciate you coming on. Big up to you both as well for joining us.
yeah, man. Big up
Minerals,
to
I
Sam,
have
man.
to give him credit. He's always here in any call-in show, so I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thank
bro.
you for coming
Sam,
on.
you can call
You're
me
always
by
there
my
in the
real
chat
name.
as well, supporting. What's up?
But hang on, hold on. There's one thing I have to say. If you're gonna talk about Darwin's miss against Luton Town, then you have to talk about Gravenberch's miss against Brighton, and you have to talk about Trent's miss against Arsenal, because that's now 6 points.
There you are.
Two
Come
versus
on, I
hold
don't
on.
think you can blame Trent. He's a right back.
Yeah, he's a right back, and Trent does not have 18 big chances missed in the league.
I'm not that no, hold on. We're
See,
just
this
talking
is where
about
your delusional side. David,
No,
you are
Exactly,
right.
bro.
and
Exactly.
David,
okay,
you
no,
are
no.
right.
This is why you guys are crazy, because the first name I said was Gravenberch, and the second you heard Trent, all of a sudden everything I said went out the window, and it's Trent alarm radar, Trent alarm radar, Trent alarm radar. There have been other opportunities that have been missed by other players, other sitters that have been missed that have cost us. Darwin has the most, but like if Darwin is the one for it to happen to, absolutely. But like, if other people are at fault, don't just point the finger at one guy. That's pretty much all of it.
The only other problem with Liverpool is that they start games slow sometimes. You go behind, and you can't keep doing comebacks FC. You know? Do you agree with Sam?
Yes, I don't think it's sustainable in the long term to come back in every game.
He missed the goal from 3 feet in front. Okay, Gravenberch is a midfielder, but 3 feet in front of the goal, he missed it. Like, I don't care who you are. All you have to do is stand there and hit it with your knee. Like, just like, don't even move. Don't even swipe at the ball. Just throw your whole body.
He's a professional footballer as well. Let's have that right.
Who is a better finisher, Minamino or Nunez?
Minamino by percentage.
Minamino, by far. That tells you.
But that doesn't mean that Darwin can't get better, because Darwin only lacks composure, and he's
By the way,
24.
speaking of Trent, even if Trent got all of Nunez's chances, he'd be on like 10 goals. Come on, man, what are we doing here?
I know that, which is only further reason why you have to put some blame on that Arsenal chance, because that has to be a goal. Like, you have to have some composure there. Or my biggest pet peeve about it is that Trent had to sprint all the way from our goal when Ryan Gravenberch only had to sprint from midfield. So if Trent's gassed, why on earth are you allowing Ryan to pass that up? Like, why are you dishing off Ryan? Because you're using more energy, you're going to be more off balance, whereas Gravenberch was more on balance, used less energy, had more time for composure, could have taken a touch.
But the difference is that it was a title like clash, and you have to win games like that at Anfield. You should always win your games at Anfield, bro.
The Liverpool era's
Oh, I agree with you. I just don't think Nunez was bad against Arsenal. But anyway, listen.
Bring up the Liverpool
Big up to you, Minerals FC. Big up to you, Val. What are you saying, Val?
The Liverpool era comment. So difference is Ryan Gravenberch was how much? 35 mil?
Apologies, headphones users, because it's really loud in your ear right now.
Is it?
Yes. Ryan Gravenberch was 35 million and Darwin Nunez was 80. That doesn't stop trying to excuse.
No, I'm not even looking at price. I'm saying Darwin has 18 big chances missed. Of course, I will not keep same energy. Of course.
I agree. He's missed too many opportunities, but I'm just talking about one chance to one chance. That's it.
Okay, fair. Big up to you both. Appreciate you, Val. Appreciate you, Minerals FC, as well. Always showing love. Big up to you both. We have a celebrity in the house. AK, if you're on the background, please do switch on your camera. Thank you. Christopher, the same. AK, Christopher, and we have a celebrity as well coming on. Man like Chris, big up to you. Big up. If you want to switch off your camera now and come on, it's fine. If you want to keep it on, I'd rather you keep it on. But if you want to switch it off, it's all good. So, big up Chris. Big up AK, and the celebrity is here as well. Guys, not often we have a chance to invite big people on the stream. Connor Bradley has joined us. Hello, Connor.
What's up, Connor Bradley? How you doing?
Hello, everyone. How are you doing today?
We're good. We're good.
Bobby Clark, I am doing fantastic.
There you are.
I'm more Bradley than Clark. But I still think there's another one that will eventually come through the woodwork that Hassan will just stick to.
Brent Cade Gordon?
Oh, you fucking bastards.
Tayo Awonyi? Listen, we added Tom because he's a celebrity. You got me. But first, we start with AK because he was here first. Go on, AK. Talk to me, bro.
Yeah, big up Sam. Big up everyone on the panel. Big up everyone in the chat. I wanted to ask you about Arsenal because, I've been looking through, the TL, looking through some of my bookmark tweets and some of the things that Arsenal fans have been saying. over the summer. Yeah.
Welcome to Tom the Generous. sorry.
Yeah,
Had to
I
just
mean,
laugh at that. Go on.
I have a question. Was Arsenal's transfer window anywhere near as good as as people hyped it up to be? Mainly Arsenal fans, but most people.
No.
Because
No, definitely not.
because I looked at the signings and okay, Timber is injured. Okay, that's something. But
I
how
still
much?
think Arsenal have made signing of the season though.
I don't know, to be honest. I
Declan
haven't.
Rice.
I mean, Declan Rice is good, but I look at their summer signings and how much have they improved Arsenal's team from last year? That's like my main thing.
I still wouldn't say Rice. I like.
Get out of here, TJ.
Declan Rice.
Get out of here.
Declan Rice is signing of the season.
Who's signing of the season? Go on, say Endo then.
It's not. It's Maddison.
Yeah, Maddison, who's played 10 games.
No, it's Endo. Endo is the signing of the season.
I mean, Endo is our second best signing of the season. Let's not. I'm sure we'll touch on this whole fucking Szoboszlai rhetoric.
McAllister's our best signing this season.
It's still Szoboszlai.
But look, pound as well, it's McAllister.
Look, before we get into this argument, Hassan, let's answer the question.
Yes.
No, Arsenal wasn't very good because they got rid of Xhaka, who held a lot of that system together by doing a lot of unsung work, and replaced him with one of the worst, most overpriced shit players from the past 3 years out of position. And then they're sitting there now going, "Oh, I wonder why it isn't working." No, it's not. Kai Havertz was a crap striker. He's never going to work as a centre mid, especially when you put him on the side where your inverted fullback is and where your winger who wants to attack narrowly is. That Arsenal left-hand side sits so narrow that there is zero width. Then Martinelli has to go do it, which is why Martinelli's been so bad this year. Arteta has tried to move away from what made that Arsenal side good last year. Everyone likes to think Arsenal were just City 2.0. Arsenal were a pretty direct, quick-paced counter-attacking team. That was where a lot of their goals came from. And now in Arteta trying to become more controlling, has sacrificed that part of the game, and they've become too predictable. So yeah, Declan Rice has been good, but Declan Rice has also not been doing the job that he should be because he's had to do a completely different role.
I think Declan Rice has been signing of the season for Arsenal, but overall, Timber is very unlucky. No one here can explain signing someone and then he gets essentially a season-ending injury, like literally directly. So that is something we cannot blame Arsenal. Havertz is 100% what makes Arsenal's transfer window, because you could have taken that money right there, Tielemans, and the striker for 65 million. Like
Tielemans was free.
Yeah, Tielemans was free. That's what I'm saying. Tielemans and a striker for 65 million. So Tom, you don't always have what I'm talking about. Thank you very much. Anyway, so you could have signed those two right there. And I think that's the word, probably him. And you know what I love about myself? 90% of the time I get the stuff right. I said Havertz and Mount both will fail, and I've been proven right. Both of them suck, and both will fail. And with Havertz, he just stinks. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wouldn't take him on a free at Liverpool. And Arteta messed up. And look, what I think about Arsenal is their transfer window wasn't good enough, but they still, in my opinion, made the signing of a season, not the guy who played 10 games this year.
But I don't understand also why they're going for Onana now. Like, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to become Burnley 2.0?
Everton.
Are you trying to? We talked about the carpet and playing on the ground, playing on the carpet. They're playing on the air now. They're trying to become the next UFC. What is this?
If they sign Onana, then Arteta needs to be sacked the next day. I'm not even exaggerating, to be honest with you, because that guy is the anti of Arsenal football. He can't pass, he can't shoot, he can't play in a high possession team. He is not press resistant. He would get absolutely destroyed, even in a competition like the Champions League and shit like that. He would get absolutely humiliated and destroyed. So for me, that would be by far the worst signing Arsenal can make, and I think he would flop Onana would 100% flop at Arsenal because he's not an Arsenal type player. Onana is a player you sign when you play lots of your football on the counter attack. I don't think he can sit alone. He's good defensively, obviously, but he's a horrible, dreadful signing to sign, in my opinion. So, yeah, that's what I'd say on Onana.
It also was just kicking the can down the road as well. But why are Arsenal still not buying a striker? Are we all watching something different than Arteta? Is he thinking that Jesus, who was the backup striker for a team that didn't have a striker, and Nketiah, who his career high is 5 goals in a season, are players that can spearhead a struggling Arsenal attack to a title? No.
They should have sold them. As soon as Palace offered 40, they should have sold directly.
They shouldn't have given. Honestly, we can sit back and look at it. Oh, they should have sold for 40. They should never have given 100 grand a week in the number 14. That was the equivalent of that would have been the equivalent of us giving Jay Spearden.
They should collectively apologize to Henry for that. That's crime. That's a crime.
I think Nketiah 14 is worse than Keita 8, but that's just me. Christopher.
Keita 8 was all right. It was just injuries. Nketiah just has no ability.
I didn't like how Keita was injured most of the season, but yeah, this is my first time on the channel, but I just wanted to say that that I'm so surprised that we're first, because coming into the season, me personally, I was just expecting, or I wanted to get top 4. I was like, we need to get those Champions League spots, and then if we make a cup run, if we were in one of the English cups, the Carabao or the FA, or even win the Europa League, because there's a lot of competition, that would have been perfect. But how can Arsenal be so trash this season that we managed to be first? Because I feel like most Liverpool fans and most Liverpool supporters were just expecting top 4, and Arsenal were supposed to be that, but signing Havertz, and then the injury, what you were saying with Timber and stuff, that kind of digressed. And for me, I feel like Arsenal, they run out of ideas whenever they get to the final third. And it's kind of weird because it's like this guy, Arteta, he came from Man City, being an assistant coach with Pep Guardiola. And for some reason, this assistant coach or this guy from Man City, his players aren't, they don't train enough in the final third. That kind of doesn't make any sense to me. And it's you go back again to oh, this is a guy who has no experience or whatever. But I'm really surprised where we're at, where we're at, first place, top of the league. And I was looking at the table and stuff, and I was like, yo, we got 6 draws. But it's considering that we revamped our whole midfield and essentially tweaking our system, because I don't know about y'all, but it's refreshing to see or it's refreshing to not know who's going to be in the starting lineup. We have so many midfielders, we have Gravenberg, McAllister, Soboslai, and it's it's so refreshing because I was so I'm I wanted something different from Fabinho or Milner or Henderson or Thiago. I wanted new faces. I want, and this would progress our team, I think. But whenever Arsenal comes at Liverpool, I'm yo, y'all guys were supposed to be that. You guys were supposed to be where we're at. But I just hope that it doesn't turn like how Arsenal was last season, where they digressed or they went they fell off with so much. I hope we keep a consistent level throughout the season. There's going to be draws and losses, and we can critique that. But given that we have so many new faces on the team, I think we've been doing pretty well. I feel like I've been talking too much, but yeah, but
no, you haven't. You've been spot on with a lot of what you're saying.
Keep going. But this Liverpool team won't be like Arsenal, because this Liverpool team.
No, respect Arsenal.
I'm literally praying. Please,
I'm not respecting.
No. 10 of their players get into a Real Madrid combined 11. Well, come on, respect.
Sorry, yeah. All 11. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you respect Kai Havertz?
That's genuinely the worst thing I think I've ever seen a gal produce.
Egal. Honestly, Egal, I'm gonna cook you. I have a dream that Arsenal just play Real Madrid, and then Real Madrid just destroy the fuck out of Arsenal. Well,
dude,
we're have to make the most humiliating intro in A-listers history for Igal.
That's
It
not even the
really is.
worst. The worst is like the compilations, the Aura compilations, and you just see the face of Zinchenko and Jesus in there. Like
They try and copy our Aura ones, and you just see David Raya shitting himself
There's
in the
no
pre-match
aura.
lineup.
Trent has aura.
Zinchenko
Van Dijk has
borderline
aura.
tears.
Salah
Yeah.
has aura. Alisson has aura.
Like,
Redline
it's
here
like
is saying
the-
thing is
Not
Mike,
Arsenal side,
Darwin
King
is
that.
let me just respond to what Chris says. Big up to Redline Triangle says thing is Mike Darwin's a consistent culprit. Yep. And even this fraud admitted himself. And we said if he costs us a trophy, there will be an investigation and I will be leading the charge. And Mike will be put to lifetime prison alongside Lauren and Al Guapo and Tom Little and all the Darwin sexuals.
Okay.
But now to respond to what Chris said. Chris, any other year that City are on their A game, Liverpool are probably third right now. I think City as well have fell off a little bit this year. And do we have a chance to win the league? Yes, even without signing a player. Under the condition that we win the Europa League. That is my honest feeling. If we just say fuck the Europa League and we go Konate Van Dijk every fucking Premier League game rested 1 week, we can win the league. But if I'm playing Konate or Van Dijk on Thursday nights and then expect them to perform again on Sundays, we're just not looking at reality. Because the difference between me, let me land the mic because I know you're gonna and Tom, because I know you're both gonna rebuttal. All I'm saying is I exist in the real world. I don't exist in fantasy island where people are so happy right now where they just can't think right. Injuries will happen, fatigue will happen, tiredness will happen, and Joe Gomez cannot cover 5 positions. Even big up Haz, who is actually considered the top red, quote unquote, and he's like pro FSG and shit like that. Even he told me, like, yeah, you're right, we do need a center back because I don't think we can clone Joe Gomez. So obviously, our 2 best center backs are Van Dijk and Konate. And if Jurgen can play any other 2 in the Europa, and he rests Salah and he rests Trent, and the midfield, I think in midfield we can rotate because Jones has been playing well. Elliott can come in, Endo can come in, Szoboszlai, McAllister, Gravenberch can come in. I think Gravenberch personally has been our worst signing this season, and I'd personally play him Europa League as an example. Maybe get his confidence up and shit. But I feel like in the Premier League, we need a team that's a bit more consistent, and we need a consistent starting 11. That's why we have to say fuck the Europa League. That's it.
But listen, I think that Christopher, I love what you're saying. I think that it's good to manage the expectations and kind of ground ourselves and realize, okay, where were we before the season started? Where are we now? Unfortunately, where I'm going to have to disagree with Hussam is I don't think it's worth binning any competition, because when you look at it from here on out, just I want you after this, like after we're talking, go and look at the remaining schedule for Manchester City and look at the remaining schedule for Liverpool. Look at the next 7 Premier League games of us. Look at their next 7 Premier League games. We have a 2-point lead. Unfortunately, we have dropped a total of 8 points in games in which we had clear opportunities to score and win. Now, if we had gotten those 8 points, I would be sitting here saying that we're 10 points clear and we have an opportunity to win the league. But unfortunately, Kevin De Bruyne is back, and everyone who says that Manchester City are not the same, it's a load of fucking bullshit, okay? Because Kevin De Bruyne wasn't there the whole season. If you want to call it Rodri FC, that's your prerogative. Kevin De Bruyne will put the ball in the back of the net for this team, whether it's by his foot or someone else's. So ultimately, I think that in order for this to even be a conversation, we have to win our next 7 games. And I hate this idea of like we're unbeaten in 31, outside of the Spurs. I don't care about unbeaten. The problem is that we've drawn too many times, and we cannot afford to draw a single game until the meeting against City, and we have to play Chelsea at home and Arsenal away. City don't have to play
at home
anyone.
is going to be the draw. You want to bet?
City don't have to play anyone. And then look at it further. What are the rest of my games? I've got Tottenham at home. I've got to go to Aston Villa. I've got to go to Arsenal. I've got to host Chelsea. I've got to go to Man United. I've got to go to Everton. City only have to come to us and go to the London and go to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. That's it. So right now, it doesn't matter that we're 2 points ahead. We are severely the underdogs, and we're pretty much in a position where we have to win 16 of our last 18, and we have to hope that City are going to drop points, because it's very possible that City drop a maximum 4 points for the rest of the season. Maybe not even that. Maybe not even 5. Maybe they only drop 3. You know what I mean? Maybe it's just 3 draws from here on out. But I think that because of that, it would be dumb to bin any title. Like, you know, we have to continue to go after the Europa. We have to go after the Carabao. We have to go after the FA, because there is no guarantee, especially without investment. I don't think that we have the depth to even if Konate and Virgil were playing week in, week out in the Premier League alone, I still think we have too many deficiencies up front and in the midfield and in our build-up. I still think that we will find a way to draw games. And then we'll all be sitting here saying, well, fuck, we've got nothing to show for this season. So you know what? We're screwed. And that's the last thing I want. But I want nothing more than to beat these cheaters this season and then have this court trial come and have them proven to be
Yes.
the fucking
Oh
the
my!
frauds,
If we beat
the
Man
fucking
City to
frauds
the
that
league
they
and then
are.
they get charged.
When is the court trial?
Party.
Yeah,
2025.
They said they know when the court date is, but they're not releasing it. Guys, I'm
it'll
telling
be
you what this whole
2025.
FFP thing is done. This whole FFP thing, essentially, this is now what happens, right? With the FFP, there's 2 outcomes. Either they're going so hard on the other Premier League clubs, just so they kind of go hard on City. So they're going hard on Forest, hard on Everton. So they kind of like make a foundation for destroying City. Now there's 2 outcomes. Either City are just innocent and fuck all happens to them, which they actually believe as City, Manchester City fans as well, believe they're innocent. They're laughing my ass out. Or the other one is if they do get charged, now they're fucked. Because what they've shown the whole world, okay, Everton got charged minus 10 points. Forest got charged. I don't know what happened to them. Also, I think there's something like of that type of thing that's going to happen to them. City now have 115 charges. If you do not strip every single title and give it to the second place team, and you do not absolutely destroy them, then you have failed.
No, screw that.
You
Just
do realize
strip
we
them.
aren't going to get the titles retrospectively.
I don't even want it. I don't even want it. I don't even want it. I just want them. I just want to be proved right. I just like this is just
we have
this is a pride thing.
Hold
I want to be able to shit on you and your stupid plastic treble. I want to be able to talk down to you. I want to be able to talk down to you in League 2. I don't want the titles back. I don't want the seasons back. I just want to shit on you. That's it.
I want to see how many Man City fans are left if they go down to like all the way to the bottom of the.
Oh, I promise you, they'll all disappear. I promise.
They'll all run away. Yeah.
Unless
I just want to go back.
I know LB will be there. Nobbins will be there.
Yeah,
you know, Mank, born and bred type shit. But you see, Hamza, he's gonna go on loan to Arsenal and shit like that.
Hamza to Barcelona. Hamza to Barcelona.
So can you?
No,
imagine,
I know to
like
who.
how cheap the
Hamza
players
go on
will
loan
be?
to Girona.
Go ahead, Tom. Go ahead, Tom.
I'm not letting you on loan. I'm already on loan there.
Sam, you said that you can't play Van Dijk and Konate every game, and Konate I do agree on, but Van Dijk has shown in multiple seasons now that if you need to play him pretty much every game for 3 months, he can get through pretty much every game for 3 months. So should we get to March and we're the Carabao Cup's done at that point, you've got, I think it would be maximum of 3 FA Cup games. You've got 1 in March, 1 in April, 1 in May. You'd have 7 Europa League games, and you'd have around about 10 Premier League games, 11, maybe 12. I can't remember off the top of my head. So could I expect Virgil van Dijk to get through around about 22 games in 3 months? And that's not even saying he has to. He just needs to get through the majority of them. So if we have a Luton at home, I could afford to maybe go Konate and Kwanzaa and give Van Dijk a rest.
You can't in the Premier League. I disagree. In Premier League, no.
Yeah, you can.
Even if we're playing Sheffield, I want Virgil and Konate.
I'd love for Van Dijk to start every game and in the Premier League gives us the best chance. But if it is coming to a point where I have Luton or Sheffield United, and then in the FA Cup semi-final in 3-4 days, I've got Man City, and Van Dijk could really do with a rest. I'm resting him in the league game because I trust Kwanzaa, I trust Gomez, I trust Konate to get through games
against
against
levels
low-end
to
opposition.
trust, Tom. Why can't you just acknowledge the levels of trust?
Well, I have bigger levels of trust than you do.
Okay,
That'll
do you
be where
trust
we
Salah
differ.
like you trust Nunez, as an example?
No, obviously not.
Okay. I trust Virgil and I trust Kwanzaa. If
Mm-hmm.
you're telling me Sheffield at home, I trust Kwanzaa. If you're telling me Luton at home, I trust Kwanzaa. If you're telling me City at home, I don't. If you're telling me Brighton at home, also tough team, I'll say no. Like any tough team, any team that's considered even considerably tough to an extent, I'm not trusting Kwanzaa. So that's the difference.
I didn't say I'd start Kwanzaa against City. I said I'd start Kwanzaa against Sheffield United.
No, but that means you don't have 100% trust. And that's the word trust. Like, it's important.
No, but I trust Kwanzaa. If I need to play Kwanzaa in this running, I'd trust Kwanzaa to play in the running.
He'll definitely play in the running. 100%.
But that's my point. You don't need to sacrifice a trophy. You don't. I don't like the mentality of bigger fish to fry because I don't believe it's the right thing. Liverpool.
No, but the difference between us and Arsenal is if we catch the fish, we would fry it. You're telling me Liverpool from this season, if we were in Arsenal's position, we would win it?
No. Liverpool from this season would have won it in last season. But you have to look at the situation as it is now. And the situation as it is now is, I think everyone here agrees that we didn't expect to be in this position going into the season, but we are. So you have to readjust your expectations. With those expectations readjusted, I sit there and go, you can win the league, but I'm not going to sacrifice other trophies for it because it's not a guarantee that we will win the league. As Mike said, the way the fixtures are scheduled, City can build up a real head of steam with a bunch of easy games. That's the worst thing that can happen. Whichever side has more momentum is going to win this title. So we need to get momentum. You get momentum by playing games and winning trophies.
Would you trade Carabao Cup, FA Cup, Europa League for Premier League?
If it was a guarantee, yes, but it's not a guarantee, is it? So, no. I know that at this point in time, I reckon at this point in time, the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, pretty much, locked in the Carabao Cup. The Europa League, at least the favourites for, so you'd expect to go far. FA Cup is a...
By the way, it also depends on draws in both Europa League and FA Cup. Like, if next round in the FA Cup, 5th round, we get, like, I don't know, Maidstone at home.
If you get an easy draw, but I'm like, if you
then
get
they give us City away, the motherfuckers. You already know. They give us
Europa League is one that I don't want to sacrifice because Europa League is a big trophy. It's not.
No, but even
in
them ones, there are tough draws in the Europa League. Even Europa League,
100% there is. 100%.
And then
I'd rather
play.
I'd rather win the Europa League than the other cups. So the Europa League is the priority. The Carabao Cup, people go, oh well, the Carabao Cup. We've got 2 games left in that. One next week, and the other one at the back end of February. Stop suggesting the Carabao Cup now is going to hinder us. It's not. The Carabao Cup is only going to benefit us.
I don't think the Carabao Cup now hinders us. I don't think so.
So you win that Carabao Cup, you get the biggest.
Even I'm not that shameless, Tom.
Yeah, but
I'm talking about the other 2 competitions. I'm talking about the other 2 competitions.
But I don't. My point is, I don't want us to just go. Oh,
by the way, you said you trust Kwanzaa. Why don't we play Kwanzaa in the Europa League then? If you trust him,
I do. I will play him in the Europa League. But
okay, but why do you want to sacrifice Virgil? Like, if you're telling me semi-final, final, okay.
Because Hassam, I can't. I've got Virgil who I can sacrifice, or I've got Konate who I can sacrifice. Now, sacrificing Konate is a death wish. Sacrificing Konate is a death wish, so I can't do that one. I need to pick and choose his games. So then, Kwanzaa, the games which Konate isn't going to play, will partner Van Dijk. Joe Gomez will also step in and partner.
Premier League. That's what we should pick.
Yeah, but you got to pick. You got to pick and choose. We won't know yet because we don't know how the season's going to go, and the other
we don't know the draws.
Yeah, so you can't really say right here, right now, what you do. But I don't believe that City are going to win. I just don't believe City are going to go on a mental win streak like they've done in the past, where they win 14 or 15 on the bounce. Yeah. I don't know why. I couldn't give you a legitimate sort of proof reason, but just
who's
a gut
even left
feeling.
in the Europa League, like?
Leverkusen.
The only thing about
these
Man
are the
City
teams: Galatasaray, Sparta
Champions
Prague,
League.
Donetsk, Marseille, Young Boys. Young Boys would be a perfect draw for us. Sporting, Feyenoord, Roma. Feyenoord would be nice. Rennes would be nice. Milan would be nice. Braga, Karabag, Benfica, Toulouse, Lens, and then Freiburg. Freiburg would be nice as well. There's probably 4 or 5 teams in there that we could beat with our B team.
No, but that's not everyone. That's not everyone. You've missed out the teams.
Yeah, that's how I'm saying it depends on the draw. We could get Leverkusen next time. Like, then we're screwed.
But every single one of them, we'd beat. Liverpool are good enough to beat every single team left in this tournament, so I don't want to write it off. But on City, I just don't think that this is a year where they are going to win every single game. I think this run is a real dodgy one for us because they will just get a head steam going. But the fact that we play them at the end of it at Anfield, and it will be, if I'm correct, right off the back of the Carabao Cup final.
We
So
have to
you
beat.
could be
We have
carrying.
to beat them at Anfield in the
You-
Prem, though. We cannot draw that game.
A draw is like a.
It's
A
like a
draw
loss.
is like one. Yeah, it's one of them ones where you
Against
look at it
City,
at
we
the
cannot have
moment.
Arsenal mentality, Tom. We need to
A
beat them.
draw,
Sorry.
a draw is a loss there. A draw is a loss.
At
You have to
Anfield,
win that
At
game.
Anfield,
Tom, I was
You
one of
need
the few
those 3
people on
points above
YouTube
City.
who said the draw away at Etihad is positive. Do not convince me draw at
Yeah,
Anfield
no,
to City is positive. You cannot.
it's not worst case scenario, but it's nowhere near good. It's nowhere
Yes.
near good. Like you can salvage it from a draw, but you have a massive task. You lose at Anfield. I'd go, oh fucking hell, here we go, because
Yeah,
that's a
title
hit.
done if we lose
Win
at
at
Anfield.
You win at Anfield. That swings it massively because you got to consider as well. City are also in 3 competitions. City are and I'm going to use it. I want to use this correctly. City are the big scalp to take in the Premier League at the minute because they are on course to get a 4-peat. Every team is going to want to stop City getting that because it just trumps everyone. No one can
Yes.
sit there and deal with them when they go, we won 4 in a row. There's nothing you can do about that. So I think there's going to be a couple of games coming up for City where they don't get the results they necessarily should be getting, which is why I want us to go far in all these competitions, because if we can build up that head of steam and momentum, we will win the majority of the games. I just go back to the 21-22 season. We were playing Wednesday, Saturday, Tuesday, Sunday. Like we were playing this every 3 or 4 days for about 3 months straight, and we dropped points in 2 games. One away at City, which is always a decent result, and the crap one at home to Tottenham. We won every other Premier League game. In the Champions League, we won every game bar the second leg against Inter Milan, where we hit the post about 6 times. We won every game in the FA Cup. We won every game in the Carabao Cup. When this side can build a bit of momentum, and now that we have, I believe, better depth, I don't see why you can't commit to all 4 and go, we'll give it our best in all 4, rather than trying to write one off, because writing one off doesn't guarantee another. If it guaranteed it, I'd agree, but there's no guarantees in football. That's why I can't really trust it.
Yes, I hear you. I hear
The
you. Let
only
me just
light
read
touch.
these super chats because some of them are addressing what you guys said as well. Big up to Tales of the Blanco says this Arsenal fan's chatting. He's actually in the background. Tales of the Blanco. We're gonna bring him on in a second. This Arsenal fan chatting garbage. How can you dress like Real Madrid against Liverpool and think you can beat them 6-2 and then look real garbage? Hey, that game that we won at the Emirates, I don't even. How the fuck we won that game? Klopp actively tried to lose us that game by bringing on Tom Little and his cousin, and
Connor
we still
Bradley,
ended up
that's how.
winning. Yeah,
Connor
big up
Bradley.
Bradley. Big up. Hey, Arsenal. I have no words. If they don't sign a striker, they're done out here. PGMOL admitted Liverpool should have given a penalty. I listened to the audio, and I'm not gonna say what I want to say now because I cannot say it. What I wanted to do to myself. But I think you guys imagine hearing that audio. Just some of the dumbest things I've ever heard. I think Premier League referees are the worst referees in the whole world. Tales of the Blanco has
man
no
saw a
patience.
handball. The man saw a handball and said, yeah, but I'm not looking at the handball. What are you looking at then? If you're not looking at the handball to give the handball, what are we doing?
He's enjoying the game, man. Enjoying the game.
It's the league against Liverpool.
For
They
me,
call
it's
it
like
Liverpool.
for me, for these refs, they grew up, watching like football, back in the day. But it's like, how can you not see this handball like could do something? You know what I mean? It's like it's so weird. Like
You're being too nice. You're being too nice. The refs are just incompetent, and it's not
Yes.
even like the idea that there's an agenda or a thing against Liverpool to stop them winning the league. That would require the referees to be smart. They are not smart enough to run a full scale agenda. They aren't.
They can't even rig stuff correctly, man. Come on.
Like their decision making prerogative changes week by week. That isn't smart. This current batch of there's a reason why England as a country gets no referees to major tournaments, and every time there's a Champions League refereeing controversy, best believe the moment you watch that video, either Anthony Taylor or Michael Oliver's on the pitch. It's
Yeah.
always the case. We are the best league in the world with the worst standard of officials, and this season it's
100%.
affected us the most. But I can't wait. You know how Arsenal fans and City fans and every fan under the sun were saying, it's just how it goes. It'll come back for you. It swings in roundabouts. Tell you what, when it swings in roundabouts for us, we are going to be the most unbeatable team in the league. You know, for the amount of making up these referees have to do for us, we are going to be unstoppable for the next 3 months.
How do referees even get a job in England, man? What is this?
By being absolute idiots. If you make an IQ test and it's the same as your shoe size, you get the job. A big up to Teza the Blanco has zero patience. He donated a super chat just so I can read the other super chats. Big up to you, Teza the Blanco. Big up to Felipe says Wissam is elite. Next time I'll try and call in. You're always welcome, Felipe. Always welcome. Big up to you, my brother, my Australian brother. This guy's a real one. He's been supporting Newcastle even before the money, waking up all the way like 7 a.m. That's why Poch is a very good manager. He made Spurs relevant. Big up to Faraz who says Klopp making wrong tactics in the first half to fix in the second half. Our midfield been too static to build for an end product. Thoughts? I don't necessarily think there's a systematic error for us in the first half. I can't really give a reason for it because I feel like I'd be waffling if I made up some sort of reason as to why sometimes we're not as good in the first half. But we've had first half where we were really good as well. Like, let's not forget that. I think we've had many good performances in the first half.
We've always been a team that's better in the second half. Most teams are always better in the second half because the managers had 45 minutes to watch how the opposition are playing and then make the changes to combat that. It's how it always. It's not like there was 1 year where we were better in the first half, and that was 13-14. We used to blitz teams for 20 minutes, go 3-0 up, 4-0 up, and then concede 3 and nearly fucking lose the game. That is not a sustainable way to play. A better way of playing is the way we do it. We just need to stop conceding so many goals and take Rafa Benitez. Rafa Benitez's football was decent. I'd like.
Why he's a Newcastle fan?
What more could he do with Iosi Perez and Hosler who was a front two?
Respect Real Madrid striker, man. Respect Real Madrid striker.
They don't even respect him.
Big up to Jack who says, if City are happy with Newcastle's performance, we should be very confident about our chances. Newcastle haven't won for a month and Chelsea put 4 past them. I mean, here's the thing.
When did Chelsea put 4 past them?
In the 4-all.
Wait.
No, Chelsea put 4 past Newcastle.
When?
No. Chelsea put 4 past City.
Chelsea put 4 past City.
Yeah,
City. Okay.
Even when Rodri was playing. Look, man, I think City are not at their best this season, and it's not just Haaland, it's not just KDB being out. I think there is a little bit maybe of a different energy this season with their performances. But I still think, look, City are the team to beat. We're underdogs, and I prefer it when we go under the radar. The longer they talk about Arsenal and City, the better it is for us, because that's when we thrive, Jack. But yeah, we're there.
City signings haven't been that good. Like, the midfield signings like Kovacic and Nunez, they haven't been talked about, but they've not been good.
Yeah, like with respects with De Bruyne, it's like I get like De Bruyne is like at such a high level and like he's a good player for me. He's like one of the best players in the league. But it's like, what if like, you know, after a Champions League game and they play in the league, what if he's not having a good game or they don't even play him? Like to me, it says a lot about how Man City function without a De Bruyne, because I mean they had like class players, like they had all these players that won the treble, but like really you had to bring De Bruyne to win it for y'all. I don't know. It's like that's why whenever they have easy games, but it's like they also have Champions League games. You know, what if they draw against a tougher opponent? Like who are they? Are they gonna play De Bruyne or on both games, or are they gonna try to rotate him because of that injury? You know.
No, I agree with you. That's a good point.
KDB is KDB, but the big one is Rodri. If they were to lose Rodri for a period of time, I would be very eager to watch how they play because they just seem to lose any sort of coherence when he drops out. And this is a man who's played a hell of a lot of football in the past 3 years.
Yeah.
So there could be, you know, I just wonder if there's something brewing there in terms of his fitness because the lack of a clear backup for him means they can't even rest him. They had that last year in the Gundogan who could drop in and play that role. They don't have that now. So Rodri's got to do 90 minutes every game. As we get into the crunch time of the season, I just wonder how big of an impact that's going to have on him.
I thought Nunez, the Wolves guy, was supposed to be that. Like,
if they thought Matisse Nunez was a DM, they all deluded themselves. He's a box at best.
If they're playing Nunez DM, they are screwed 100%. But anyway, listen, big up to you guys as well for joining us. Appreciate you, Christopher. Big up AK. Big up to you, Tom. Tom's going to be back on my channel, inshallah, at 6 tomorrow with Northside, with Henry Wright, to kind of just have a general Premier League conversation. Hope he doesn't stab me in the back like he does every Premier League show. But big up to you, Tom. I think as well we might be redirecting Tom Little soon as after the 3 callers finish up. And,
I'm actually live tonight, people. Can you believe that? There's
what?
an element of consistency. I'm going through. I asked on Twitter the other day for your Liverpool hot takes, and I'm going through them because there's break and there's nothing.
LFC Aaron, make sure you post Tom's link in the chat, please, so everyone can go subscribe. But listen, I appreciate you, Tom. Thank you for coming on. Thank you, Christopher. Thank you, AK. Love for the love. Big up Connor Bradley. Big up to you. Big up Ben Doak. Big up to you, Chris. Very good calling as well. Big up to you. I appreciate you. So we've got Lex, Omar, and Taser Blanco coming on. Omar, can you please switch on your camera so we can just get this party finished? You get me? Big up to you. Big up to my guy Fraz, who says Andre is too good in build-up and still available. My brother, we are not buying Andre. Can you just give up on that concept? I beg you. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Fulham aren't even getting him.
No. You know what we do? We wait for the player to go to Europe and then cost 10 times more than buy him. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, listen.
40 million? No, 60 million.
Yeah. Listen. Facts. Listen, our final 3 callers are here. I'm about to add them. 230 people are still here, almost 3 hours into a video. So please get the likes up. Subscribe to This Is Football. All the super chatters, I'm going to give you guys a massive shout out at the end. I love you all. Thank you guys for your continuous support on the channel. I told you guys I didn't even feel like doing the video today, but myself, Mike, we spoke. I'm like, listen, let's just do a call-in show. And Lauren responded 6 hours later by saying, yeah, you should do a call-in show. But yeah.
Hop on here, Lauren.
She told me she's too afraid to come on, basically. So yeah. I told her we can bring on her alone if she's scared, but she used the excuse of her eating or some shit, so I just gave up. But anyway, Lex is in the building.
She's calling you a liar.
Okay, do you believe me or Lauren? How many times has Lauren lied in the chat?
Listen. Lauren's not here, so I can only go by what I see.
All you've heard is her voice, Mike, and look at you already falling. Listen.
Whoa.
Just kidding.
Okay.
Big up to you guys. Listen, Lex is here. Big up to you, one of the big supporters of the channel. Omar is in the building as well. Tales of the Blanco as well. Big up to you, my brother. Yeah, exactly. You're among friends here. I told her I'd send her the link alone if she wants. We can give her the whole platform to speak, but she bottled it, you know, just like the Spurs in her. It won't go away. Omar,
Hi.
go ahead.
I'm finally here.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been here. I've been trying to get in for a while now. There's something wrong with my. I just felt like maybe God just wanted me to come into the show, but finally I'm here before the show.
Listen, we can hear you and see you clearly. Don't worry. It's all good, my brother. Go on, talk to the people. What do you want to say?
So yeah, I'm actually not really a Premier League fan, but I'm a Premier League fan, but I don't support Premier League team. I'm actually a Barcelona fan, but I do watch the Premier League and I watch your teams. And I'll say this: growing up, my favorite English team was actually Liverpool. And the reason why is because of 2005. One of my earliest memories as a kid was that Istanbul final. It's one of those games that made me a football fan because it was, it's one of those things where you're like, where were you when that happened? I remember that I went to visit my uncle, and I remember that AC Milan team. Everyone in my house was supporting AC Milan because this was when AC Milan were like one of the best teams in the world. And I looked at the Liverpool team after they were 3-0 down, thinking, is this another game or is it a final? Because there's no way this can be a final. It's been too easy. That second half, when Steven Gerrard scored that first goal, and then when Smith scored like 5 minutes later, I was like, nah, what the hell just happened? That game is a game that I still remember to this day. I was a kid. I was like 8-9 years old, but it was one of those games and since then I've always had a soft spot for Liverpool. Yeah. So, and by the way, my favorite player is obviously Stevie G. So, yeah.
People who never watched that fight, I feel like if you did not watch the 2005 final, you just can't have input on the Gerrard conversation because it's just
Oh
so
yes,
disrespectful.
people. You know,
So
people. You know what's funny? People that don't watch the game will always say, "Oh, people are just saying that because Gerrard was the captain." No, listen, I was a kid, but I could see Gerrard in that game. Like he was like the most standout player for Liverpool. Make no mistake about it. That whole game, yeah, Liverpool played well and Liverpool came back. But I'm telling you, they would not come back without Gerrard. Gerrard galvanized that team. That goal when he went, because I think that was like your first shot in the second half, and when it went in, everybody was like, "Oh, wait a minute, we've actually just scored." Because that first half, you guys didn't really do anything, and then when you came in the second half, just scored, and then all of a sudden the second goal came in. Everyone was like, "Oh my God, we could actually do this," because these guys are rattled. And that's what happened in that game. And that's why I always told people, I was like, and I'm not going to lie to you because I'm a Barcelona fan. I remember what happened in 2019. And I'm telling you, when we played that game and Wijnaldum scored that second goal, it was like I was having PTSD. I said, "Oh my God, I've seen this before. I've seen this before. No, there's no way this is going to happen." And when that third goal went in, I was at my work. And I told my friend, I was like, "Yeah, we're not winning. We're out." And he was like, "No, but it's still a 2." I'm like, "Bro, I've seen this too many times. You don't understand. When Liverpool are in this form, you're done." I didn't even see that fourth goal. I'm not going to lie, I didn't even see it. I just heard my notification tell me that they scored the fourth. I was like, I kind of knew it. When that third goal went in, I was like, yeah. Because it was in Anfield. My God, when Anfield goes like that, man, you're done as the other team. That's the thing.
where are you from? The chat is asking. They're very curious.
So I live in America, and my accent comes from my African side. So my family is from Gambia. I'm Gambian. You could call me
Gambia. Let's go. Congratulations on your win. You won, right?
No,
No,
we
you
lost.
lost to Senegal. Yeah, you lost.
Look,
Hey, Redlano
they-
Turanga.
I
Redlano
mean,
Turanga
they're the
sent me a
champions.
super chat 2 days ago. He was like, "Hold that, Gambian fans." I'm like, "Yo, where you at the Gambian?" But fair enough. Big up to you, man. Big
And
up to you.
you know what it is, right? Obviously, Senegal is the best team in Africa. Them and Morocco, right? And we were very optimistic in the game. Don't get me wrong, because when we went to the African Nations 2 years ago, we went for the first time as the lowest ranked team, and everyone expected us to just get destroyed in all 3 games. We went all the way to the quarterfinals, losing to the host. So when we were put in this group where we're basically, once again, we're like the worst team in the cup by ranking, right? We're playing a Senegalese team who are coming to defend their crown, and they played very, very well. And listen, I'm gonna be honest, right? There was a lot of things we could have improved on. And to tell you the truth, as a Gambian who follows the team, we prepared very poorly before this tournament. We didn't have any friendly games. Some of our players, we didn't even have clubs. Like the coach, our current manager went and brought in some players who didn't deserve to get called up. He had too much loyalty to. He's like the Roy Hodgson to us, right? He has these players that he's loyal to, or like Southgate, you could say Southgate, where he's loyal to some players, and no matter what the players do, they will always be in the team. And so many Gambians, including myself, have always been worried about this because we do have a good team. We're not, abundance of superstars, but we actually have a lot of good players, especially now. We have players, who are playing in some good, maybe not in the Premier League, but we have players in Serie A, we have players in the French league, we have players in the Dutch league, Feyenoord, we have players in Saudi Arabian league. You know what I mean? So after all of this, we expected that at least, call players that deserve it. And also, this is our golden generation. Capitalize on it. Put us in friendly games. Look at countries like Cape Verde, what they did when they had a golden generation.
They beat Ghana.
Advantage of it. And look at them. Look at their game. They played.
But to be fair, last AFCON, Comoros beat Ghana. So Ghana has been on a downfall.
And that's the thing. See, that's the thing. I'm telling you, right, as a person who's watched my country, when we play well, we surprise teams. That's what we did in the last tournament. We went to that tournament thinking, listen, we are, no one's expecting nothing from us. We can just come in and we can just play however we want. And we shocked everyone. We were in a group with Tunisia, Mali, and Mauritania. We beat Mauritania in our first game, drew against Mali, and beat Tunisia. Right? We went against Guinea in the round of 16, who we were playing on Friday. We beat them, and their fans still haven't forgotten because they still talk about it 2 years later. They can't believe they lost to us. And then we lost to Cameroon, who were the host, obviously. But we never capitalized on that. We never looked at that and said, you know what, we actually have a good team. We actually have a great generation. Let's step up. Let's put some funding. Let's take these guys and let us play international friendly. I'm telling you, Hussam, we haven't played an international friendly in over a year. We haven't played in our stadium in Gambia for over 2 years now. This is what's wrong with the GFF, the people that are in charge of football in my country right now. They're bums. These guys only think of paying for themselves. Like FIFA literally, the president of FIFA literally came out and said, listen, I've been sending money to the people of Gambia, right, to fix their stadium, but where's the money? Now, because of that, CAF have banned our stadium, right? We barely qualify for that.
I hear you. I think the Gambian, obviously, like, you have better players than you used to. And as you said, like, it could be like a sort of golden generation thing. I think we'll see what happens in this AFCON. Look, losing to Senegal is not the end of the world.
Of course, yeah.
But I'll say this about what you said about Stevie G. Look, the reason why I rate Stevie G so highly, obviously, is because first of all, he kept Liverpool afloat. He kept Liverpool relevant. And at the same time, the thing that he done in 05, I'm not seeing any midfielder in the Premier League replicate that, to be honest with you. Like, I don't think I've not seen any Premier League midfielder replicate that. The way you carry a team like that. If I tell you the AC Milan team compared to the Liverpool team, it shouldn't even be like that. Liverpool team finished 5th in the Premier League. That year.
AC Milan team, look at that AC Milan team today and name one player in that starting lineup who's not considered a legend.
Yes, Dida, Cafu, Yapstam, Maldini, Nesta. I can name you the whole team. Gattuso, Sedorf, Kaka, Hernan Crespo, Shevchenko. Even on the bench, they brought on John Dal Temerson and Serginho and stuff. So, yeah, for us, Jimmy Traore, Jersey Dudek, completely different thing. Like John Arnerisa, Harry Kewell got injured even. Luis Garcia, I met him. He's a very nice guy.
I'm going to tell you the truth, Hussam, right? One of the biggest atrocities in football for me is the fact that Gerrard never won a league.
Yes,
like that is one of the saddest things. Like, people don't understand. Like, this man should have won that league in 2014. Honestly, right, this man, for what he sacrificed, the times he could have gone to play for Chelsea, the times that Real Madrid wanted him, this guy rejected so many big moves where he could have won league titles, right? And he said, no, I'm going to stay in my hometown team and I'm going to try and win it here. And they didn't. And for a long time, he had to carry this team for such a long time. And then the opportunity comes to 2014. And what is sad is that moment when he slipped is just, you know what I mean? You just look at it and you just think, why? You know what I mean? Why him? Why did this have to happen? Why was it that he had to be the one to do it? You know what I mean?
Look at this thing. Just to kind of prove what Omar is saying. Dida, Cafu, Stam, Nesta, Maldini, Perlo, Sedorf, Kaka, Gattuso, Shevchenko, and Crespo. And then you scroll up at the Liverpool team. Dudek, Finan, Carragher, Hepia, Traore, Alonso, Gerrard, John Arnerisa, Harry Kewell, who got injured, by the way, Baros, and Luis Garcia.
I only see 2 players in this Liverpool team that would even make the bench for Milan at the time. Gerrard and Alonso. I'm sorry. If Milan...
No, not Alonso. Alonso at the time didn't even have beard yet.
No, but I'm saying even on their bench. I'm not even saying in the starting lineup. I'm talking about even on the bench.
Yeah,
right?
Look,
the only players I can see in this team that could even make that bench would probably be those 2.
Yeah, 100%. But listen, Omar, you've been a fantastic caller. Stick around because I want you to hear the other guys' opinions as well. Lex, my brother, you've been supporting us in the comments as well for a long time. Big up to you. What topic do you want to talk about today? Yo.
How you doing, guys?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for waiting so patiently as well.
Yeah, no problem, man. I not necessarily want to talk about any specific topic. I was just listening into you guys. I heard you guys talking about the whole Darwin Nunez situation, about, you know, other players in the squad and so on and so forth. And I kind of wanted to touch on that just a little bit. As for Darwin Nunez, to me, Darwin Nunez is just like a child who isn't performing to their grade level. So say, for instance, you have a child and this child is in grade 6, but they have the attributes and the mind of a 4-year-old. Maybe they have some attributes of a 6-year-old, of a child who's supposed to be in grade 6, but they're not fully accomplished. They're not fully developed. They don't write as well. They don't perform as well as they should to be in the 6th grade. They really belong in the 4th grade based on the majority of the attributes they do have. So it's just a case where that's just the case for me. And now, what does this child need? Do they need some extracurricular activities? Do they need extra work inside and outside of school? Do they need, a bit more? So can Klopp provide these attributes for Darwin Nunez? Because clearly he's lacking in a lot of
Do
attributes.
you realize
Now,
what you just said? You just said Klopp needs to give Nunez a brain, basically.
no, it's not necessarily a brain, because what happens in this situation where a child is in the 6th grade but they really belongs in the 4th, it's just they just need a little bit more acceleration in their development. So say, for instance, when Mane first came to the club, he used to miss sitters. But over a period of time, because he had certain attributes, Klopp honed in on these attributes and then just improved the areas in which he was bad. And then he became a phenomenal player. Now, for Darwin Nunez, in my opinion, what he needs to do is he needs maturity. He's like a child out there in his mind. He does not have the composure of a striker. Now, a lot of people say, he has a lot of big missed chances, which is good. 18 is a lot, right? You should be at least converting at least 60% of that to be a competent striker for Liverpool Football Club. The fact that he's missing these chances is one thing, but then also the fact that he's in the position to actually have a chance to score these goals is another. Because in my opinion, a lot of people say, if this chance fell to Gakpo, if this chance fell to these guys and that guys, a lot of the chances that I see Darwin Nunez miss is because he has tremendous pace, which none of the players in our squad has. Darwin Nunez is probably at least 40% faster than anyone in our club. Now, does he have a certain level of intellect to actually get on the end of these passes? One could argue that, but at the same time, one could argue that any basic striker has just basic striker instincts, right? Now, for me, I do not have a final verdict on Darwin Nunez. I just have to see where it takes us. But at this current point in time, is he a competent striker for a football club? No. Irrespective if you like him or not, the answer is no.
Hey, bro.
Because I do like him from a personality perspective, but I have to put aside my emotions and look at what is best for my club, the club that I support. So in this instance with Darwin Nunez, I think there's a lot of potential there to be unlocked. I think Klopp is possibly the best person to unlock said potential, but until I see it happening, for the verdict is out for me, and we need to either fix him or bin him. And that's just it for me where Darwin Nunez is concerned.
Mike, this is your guy. You have to respond. I'm not gonna fight Darwin Nunez corner.
Listen, as I've said to everyone all night, I'm not going to sit here and say that Darwin Nunez is a clinical player. I don't even know if the 9 is the proper position for him. Personally, I like him more on the left wing. I think he creates more from there. I think he creates more for others from there. I think he just shows better overall quality. But yeah, I mean, listen, ultimately, the big factor which you mentioned, and I'm happy that you mentioned, is that Darwin may have all these missed chances, but if you were to put someone else there, the amount of chances that are even able to be missed are already cut in half, right? So it's like we're talking about 18 missed chances, and half of those only Darwin can go and actually create the opportunity for himself. So yes, I 100% agree. And the conversion rate needs to be higher, and I don't have a solution. But the ultimate and the biggest reality of the situation is that Klopp supports him. And if Klopp supports him, he's not going anywhere. And until Klopp's favor of the player drops, to me, it looks like Darwin is a piece of his future. The guy's 24 years old, and ultimately, it's simply just a matter of, can you get into his head, and can you get him to just slow it down by like 5%, right? Because even his international goals, like over the international break when he scored against Argentina, he literally just smashed it. Like he had the one-on-one with Emi, and he just puts his head down and doesn't even think, and he just smashes it, and it just goes underneath Emi Martinez, right? It's not like it's even a composed finish. It's just a point and shoot as hard as I possibly can. So if you can just get that one little, like just 5% of composure into him, I think a lot of things will change. But currently, I can't argue. There's nothing that I can say in favor of him because he misses too many opportunities.
Yeah, and that's the big thing, bro. Because take for instance the current position that we're in the league, right? Not the first place, but the actual position in terms of where the team is in the league. Now we have the potential to capitalize on teams who have weakened, right? Arsenal isn't as strong as they were last year because they've just made stupid decisions. And City, I'm guessing, there are a lot of different factors impacting them, fatigue, when you win too much, it kind of gets lonely at the top. So you kind of just, you take your eye off the prize just a little bit. But at the end of the day, I do not think there is a team that is better than City right now, irrespective of their regression, because they have not regressed to the point where, Liverpool and City are on the same level. But I do think we have a chance to capitalize on this opportunity. Now, if Darwin Nunez had a conversion rate of just 20% or maybe 30% more, then we could be looking at an increased position in the league. But I cannot just place that blame solely on Darwin Nunez because the refs have been atrocious. The refs have been disturbing because just based on refereeing decisions alone, we have been deducted 9 points. So there are a lot of factors that come into play when it comes on to us having the potential to win the league. At the end of the day, it's just a case where I'll just have to watch and see what happens. I'd rather right now, since we're having a new midfield, we're just trying to figure stuff out on the fly. I'd take a Carabao Cup or a FA Cup with the Europa League for now, and then next year we'll push on. But next year has to be a push. We cannot be like Arsenal doing this one season and then falling off the next. No, it has to be a push where we have to elevate to a level where we are either on par or at least just a little bit off City. Not this big discrepancy that we have currently, because to be honest with you, at this point in time, I think all of our attackers are underperforming. Blame Darwin Nunez all you want. I think it's just
Salah.
right across the front row. Huh?
Other than Mo Salah, I don't think Mo Salah is
underperforming based on his standards.
He's the highest goal scorer in the league and the highest
and the highest assist. Mohamed Salah has not. I don't.
By
I
Salah's
can't.
standards.
Yes, he's got 14
by
goals.
Salah's standard, he has 12 goals and the most assists in the league.
No, he's got 14, I think.
14 goals.
Can I just
14 in the league.
Can I just
In the
say
league,
this,
I'm
right?
saying.
Very quickly, right?
And he has the most big chances created as well. Factually speaking, if Darwin Nunez, no agenda, if Darwin Nunez scored all the sitters Salah created for him, he'd be on 15 assists. Deadass.
He would also be on 40 goals, so.
Yo, bro, Darwin Nunez just, to be honest, I just don't get it. He just kicks the ball straight to the keeper, point blank range. Like, bro, just position your foot just 1 degree and you'll score these goals. Like, bro, just relax, It's just, and it's so frustrating because you can see the potential, bro. You can see it. It's just not happy. He heads the ball well.
Lauren
He
Baines
does so
is
many
popping
things, but it's just not, it's just not.
If he comes, good, I'm coming after all of your heads. I'm just gonna let you know. If
Bro,
Darwin
I'm
all of a
just
sudden wakes
stating
up tomorrow
facts, blood.
and starts to play him,
I don't have a Nunez agenda.
I don't care, Hussam.
Bro,
I wouldn't let you. I
I'd
wouldn't let you
cook
celebrate.
everyone if he comes good. It's just the reality of
I
where
would
we
call
are right
Brentford
now.
and swap him for Ivan Toney tomorrow.
So would I.
Exactly then. So you're not a Darwin sexual.
There's only one striker in the league who I probably wouldn't swap Ivan Toney for, and it's if I had Hojlund. Other than that, I'm taking Toney over it. Pretty much every.
Yeah,
other
exactly.
name.
I'm taking Toney. I'm taking Kane. I'm even taking this old Lewandowski.
Kane doesn't play in the Premier League right now. I'm talking about just in the Premier League.
Listen, whatever. No, he's crap.
What you guys
anyway,
think about Arsenal, though? What you guys think about
Ted's of the Blanco, only guy who hasn't spoken yet. You get me?
Okay, no problem.
Let's just let him land, and then we can have more conversations. Go on.
You guys hear me?
Yes. Thank you for joining us. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. How are you guys doing? I mean, it's been a sensational weekend for me. Not the sensational weekend for the guy on the right, because the Spanish media has convinced him that the midfielders that he has in his squad actually has the best technical quality or something like that. These cute little Spanish midfielders, thinking that they are the best in the world, got absolutely bullied by our midfield on Sunday. Absolutely physically bullied by every single standard.
Yeah, you did. You absolutely did. I'm
But
gonna be honest, man. You're right. You know what it is? Because of what happened in the early 2000s when we had Xavi and Iniesta and Thiago and all these guys just coming up from La Masia, we've always had this I can't even say the word, right? It's this obsession that we can create any good player because players like Messi, all these players came from La Masia, so obviously we can always do it. Listen, I'm gonna be honest, okay? The only player that I look at in my team right now, the young midfielders, is the only one I rate is Pedri. Even Gavi. I always tell people, I said, hey, listen, if Gavi reaches his potential, do you know how good he's going to be? He would probably be as good as remember one of your players, Guti. You remember Guti?
Of course, I
Bro,
know
you know,
Guti.
Guti was one of the most underrated midfielders. The guy never played for Spain, right? But he was actually very, very good. But you know what he was? He was a bastard. He was a guy who would always get under your skin. And if you look at Gavi, that is what people love, Barca fans love about Gavi, the passion he shows, right? The guy is always at your face, right? Even as a kid, he doesn't care. You know what I mean? And it's kind of ironic because during the game in the Super Cup, when Vinicius was basically making fun and he just basically put the four hands and then did the 4-1 to the Barca players, everybody was calling it disrespectful. But I'm like, well, listen, I'm a guy. I believe that if you can give it, then you better take it. Remember, Gerard Piqué did the same thing to Barca when
he did the 5.
He did the 5, right? So I remember that,
Torres,
and I didn't. Go ahead.
Ferran Torres has basically before the Vini did that, calling him, "I'm going to destroy him." On the bench when he was benched out, he said, "If I see this asshole in my face, I'm going to fucking punch him." He said that.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. I don't really like those kind of players, and it's not even from like Real Madrid or any other team. I don't like players that like really get under people's face and like taunting them. But I also believe that if you're somebody that likes to taunt people, then you should not be complaining when you're being taunted. You know what I mean? So you're right. I'm telling you, man. Listen, I'm gonna be honest, man. As a Barca fan right now, it's been dreadful. And I'm gonna be honest. If you ask my opinion about this whole situation, I saw this coming since last season. I kept telling people when we won the league, I said, yo, if you guys look at us last season, Real Madrid were not taking the league seriously last season. They were not. They were not really good last season. They had just won the Champions League the season before. They were still hungover by that season, right? They came to the new season and they didn't take it too serious. We had a little bit of consistency, and that is why we won the league. We were not good. There was points in the season when we were actually very shit, right? But we won the league. So everybody was like, yeah, well, let's just celebrate winning the league. This season, I told people, listen, if Real Madrid get their shit together, we are not winning the league. If we play like we played last season. And look at it this season. Xavi has been exposed. He's been exposed very much. I'm sorry. I love Xavi, and I don't want to be this person that be calling out for the manager. But listen, man, he's out of his depth. That's the truth.
Let me just say that we were tactically inept last season. Even though we beaten the likes of Liverpool, Chelsea, I knew there was something wrong because we were playing the same tactics: Benzema, Vinicius, Benzema, Vinicius, Benzema, Vinicius, Benzema,
That's my
Vinicius.
point. That's why I said you guys were not good. You guys were not good last season. You guys were depending too much on those two. This season is different.
But
you got
this season,
Bellingham. Yeah, this season Bellingham has stepped up, right? Rodrigo has stepped up. Vinicius is doing his thing, right? You have your midfield; they're playing well. Cruz is doing well this season, right? A lot of your players have performed this season, unlike last season. That's why last season, when you guys played a good team in Manchester City, you got destroyed in the Champions League. Because
the thing is why we lost is because we kept starting Kroos and Modric together. This cannot happen anymore. And that's why I think Modric will leave this season because him being a bench player is the better than he deserves.
No.
I think he's going to leave to Saudi Arabia. Yeah.
Or the MLS.
No, I don't think MLS because I don't understand why.
I haven't heard him being linked to the Saudi
quality
Arabia.
of life. He would go to he would go to the MLS for quality of life. That's why
Yeah,
Luis
I
Suarez
mean,
is there.
people are saying
Messi's there.
he could even join Inter Miami with Messi. That would be surprising if he was to go.
And also the thing is that you said that you guys haven't improved. I mean, you guys are at the same level. It's just in 19 matches last year you had 41 points. It's the same right now, 41 points. But the thing is that last year what helped you is that you guys just kept scoring, getting those 1-0 wins, and other teams forgetting how to score against you. But this time it's not the case.
And also, we had, like you said, we were scoring. Look at Lewandowski's numbers this season. That's the thing.
I mean, Joselu has the same numbers, and he's not even starting.
You see my point? You see the point I'm trying to make? Where's Rafinha? Where's João Felix? Where is Ferran Torres? We have so many players right now that have not stepped up. You know what I mean, right? And that is my point. I told people, I said, listen, people think the last season we had a great season. I was telling people, listen, from the beginning of the season, I was telling guys, look at how Real Madrid are not playing well. That is why everybody thinks we're doing well, but we're not. If Real Madrid were doing well, this would have been this title race would have been tougher. But they've been having their own issues, and if they fix their issues next season, and we don't fix ours, we will be in trouble. You know what I mean?
When you're talking about the bench, I think that João Felix is just an overrated. The players that could have been good in the last decade, not in 2020s or late 10s, but in the early 2000s, he could have been a good player. It's that kind of a player. But in this year, you can't just be like that. Ferran Torres is just the guy who, Pep Guardiola makes you better than you are. I think that's the fact. I think that also Rafinha. I mean, this
Rafinha
guy
is shit, man. Listen, don't get me wrong. Jean Felix, I would sell all of those guys because none of them bring anything to the team. They don't bring anything. Our attack is one of Hussam, when you were talking about players like Diaz and all these players who don't turn up, right? Salah is like the only one that is consistently doing well with his goals and assists. That is why you guys are still where you are. I'm gonna be honest, right? I want to just take it out of Barcelona for a second, right? When I look at this season, the Premier League season this season is very weird, and I'll tell you why it's weird. You guys are top of the league, but I've been watching you and you've been watching your team, right? You would not say that you guys have actually reached first gear. You're not. You're not really playing as well as we know Liverpool can play, right? But you guys are doing okay, and okay is enough right now. And that is why. And you look at how City have been struggling this season. Arsenal at the end of the year have struggled, and that is where you guys are where you are because you guys have a little bit of consistency right now, right? And that is why even you, Hussam, despite the fact that you guys are at top of the league, are still saying, listen, we need to go get some players because we are just one few players away from being where Arsenal are, where we could lose 1, 2, 3 games, and all of a sudden we're down. And
just one thing. Before you continue, just free my guy Sobo.
Yeah.
Free Sobo.
Yeah, and I get. And Sobo's like, this is his first season, so I'm a player that likes to give
that's not the problem. He is in the Hendo role.
I thought
that's the problem.
Was in this role.
He's in the Hendo role. Szoboszlai's form isn't solely on him. It's also on the role that he's occupying in the team. It's not necessarily going to have the most impact on the team. It's like a little invisible role that gets the job done for the team that allows Trent to be a bit more attacking. But at the same time, whoever occupies that role will always suffer from different perspectives.
Szoboszlai at Leipzig played as behind the striker, with Nkunku, and that's why he played so well. And you're right. And I think that right now, if you look at your team right now, I would say you guys need a number 6 more than a striker. You do need a striker and you need a goal scorer. But I feel like if that midfield right now, you only need that because McAllister and Szoboszlai are very, very good, right? But Endo has been good since he's come in. But you need a Paulinho, a player like that. You know what I mean, right? You know, like when you guys brought in Fabinho. I remember in 2018 when you guys bought Fabinho, I was telling people, I said, yo, this is actually an underrated signing because this guy in their midfield, he's gonna under Klopp he's gonna go crazy.
Well, I'll be honest with you, and look, we've
And
hit
that's
the
what
3-hour mark already, so I don't want to keep this video going too long.
Okay. Can I just-
You're the biggest liar in the world if you say that you thought Endo was gonna play like he's playing right now. No one
Oh, hell
expected.
no. Mm-mm.
Not even I'm gonna say something. Not even Endo himself expected Endo to play this well.
I wouldn't
Like,
necessarily say that.
No, but here's
Endo
the
was
thing.
supposed to be a
look,
bench player. Let's call it for what it is. He was
I'd
supposed to be on the bench.
for myself, I'd reframe
Hear
that
me out.
statement.
Hear me out. Like, he last season fought relegation with Stuttgart. He's 31 years old.
Yeah.
Put yourself in his place when he gets the call from Liverpool. He's probably thinking, am I dreaming or is this reality? He even, in his mind, probably didn't think he's Liverpool level or he's this good.
I still don't think he's Liverpool level. I just think that he has consistently performed as a professional, not on a 5, 6 out of 10 scale consistently every game, right? So when you translate that into a team who doesn't necessarily have a DM, who actually has more supporting cast around him, then he's going to look better. In my opinion, the only doubt I had was if he would be able to translate his game into our team, because how I saw him looking before and how he looks now isn't much different. It's just a case where I'm guessing he has just a more formidable system where he can just flourish just a little bit more. Like, he can look just a little bit better. I don't think he's necessarily extraordinary, but for the areas that he lacks, he has a lot of cover. You know what I mean?
Can I just say something right before we
Blanco.
go?
Well, I
Okay.
want to get to Blanco because Blanco.
Blanco, go ahead, please.
Go ahead,
Well,
Blanco.
let's just say that transfer policies that I've watched from Liverpool is very weird because
Weird.
Endo and Bajcetic are pretty much the one kind of a player, one same type of the player. But the thing is that you need a destroyer like Fabinho and someone who can play also out of the back. But the thing is that you didn't get one. I've been thinking why you didn't go after Zubimendi, because for you it could have been affordable, but you went after Endo. And then also you get Soboslai, who pretty much is a 10 really, and McAllister, who you've been playing as a 6 when his ideal
a 10.
position I think is in.
Bro, we got
I think
Soboslai
he's
for
more of an.
fitness.
I think his best position is going to be an 8, but I am going to say this: in the next 5 years, I don't think in Premier League there's going to be a competition except Manchester City and Liverpool. Because let's just be real, Arsenal are not serious. I don't believe they are serious. Chelsea has turned into Manchester United. Don't care about any trophies whatsoever. From now on, they're just a blue London cowboy side or something like that. Manchester United, enough said. I'm not gonna say it's just too funny. It's just too sad. Yeah.
It is perfect. It can stay like that forever.
I mean Spurs. I mean, what can I say?
Come on, man. Let's be real.
Who is gonna even compete again? It's just between Manchester City and Liverpool in this. In the next 5 years, I think it's gonna be between Manchester City and Liverpool.
I somewhat agree, but at the same time, if we consistently wait a year to make changes that we need to make and replace the players that we need to replace, we'll always just be one step behind City. Like, if you're going to wait an entire year just to rebuild the entire midfield that needed rebuilding in the first place after we almost won a quadruple, no one thought to say, okay, let me get a few additional midfielders here because we have no more legs left. Like, at the same time, okay, Mane left. Don't you think a better replacement could have been had? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because at the same time, even though we had Diaz and so on and so forth, it was never just sufficient enough to replace Mane because Mane was just so much. Bro, I've watched games where Mane would lock up. I've watched Mane play Chelsea and lock down Chilwell in defense while scoring 2 goals in attack. Like, bro, we have not replaced even. I don't think we've replaced hardly anyone that has left. Firmino, for the life of me, I don't know why Firmino got treated the way he did last season, because he was our most consistent forward. But he kept getting benched.
I think that your
You know
whole
what?
season.
I would say this, right? See, when it comes to Klopp, I'm gonna be honest. Club strikers in his whole career have never been a Darwin Nunez kind of striker. The only player that you can put in that list is probably what's his
Karim
name?
Benzema.
No. I mean,
Bro,
Klopp.
we bought Nunez to press, bro.
Club. The only player I could think of is Lewandowski when he was at Dortmund, because he was a
No,
number
I'm
9.
sorry, not
right?
Lewandowski. This
No,
guy.
I mean when he was at Dortmund. I'm talking about when
His
Dortmund
first touch
Lewandowski.
is horrible. His first touch is
But
horrible.
on the club when they were playing when Dortmund was winning the leagues with club, right? When Dusky was there, he was actually a good striker on the club, right? But ever since then, every other striker that's played on the club who's like an out and out number 9 have never really played like goal scorer. They've never been like goal scorers. You know what I mean, right? Even players like Aubameyang, right? Aubameyang was a striker, but Aubameyang was a guy who used to drop deep and use his pace to basically go past defenders. You know what I mean, right? And you look at even at Liverpool, he had Bentancur and Sturridge, right? He got rid of both of them, and Firmino, who was a number 10 when you guys bought him, right? He moved him as a striker because he linked that front three with Salah and Mane, right? He was the guy who would drop deep and then create chances so that those two, because they were better goal scorers, to score the goals, right? And that's why when you guys brought in Darwin Nunez, I just thought, listen, with all due respect, Darwin Nunez is not really a bad player in the right team. But I'm going to be honest, in Liverpool, right, where the attack moves around, and that's why you were just mentioning how you said, basically, he has sometimes plays in the right and Gakpo moves to the middle. Yes, that's how Klopp always plays his attacks. He likes to move his way so that he can create space so that one of the players can go in and then the ball would drop to
Yeah, but here's the thing. I don't think the physical attributes Nunez has is enough for the quality. Like, that's the thing I will say. Like, and look, all three of you, I think you guys are my favorite callers to come on. You want to say something, Tails, before you wrap up?
I'll be back
next time. I think that your whole season depends on Thiago's being fit. Because without him,
we're fucked then.
No, he hasn't played a game, so I think we're just utterly screwed before we can get to the
when's the last time you even seen Thiago? When have you even seen him, Thiago?
All right, here's the thing with Thiago.
Champions League final.
If we could keep Thiago fit at least in the running, like for 3-4 months, he would be a fantastic addition. But relying on Thiago fitness is like, relying on a wooden.
What's weird is, why did you guys even buy him? Because when he was at Bayern, he was also having fitness problems there too.
He's always had fitness problems.
Yeah, when he was at Bayern, that's why he played like 100. I think 100.
Even at Barca, he had fitness problems.
We made over the last 3-4 years, I don't think I've been as good without Michael Edwards and his input and his help. Like, I think he definitely played a massive role for us.
If only we got Tchouameni.
I think he had a game in 2019 where he was out for like a year.
You sold Coutinho,
and then that was when his career never was the same.
The Coutinho sale was the biggest scam job in football history. And I think I think we need to investigate that sale, to be honest with you.
Bartomeu, man, our former president. This is what he did. This is why we are suffering financial problems.
I don't want to get
Coutinho and Griezmann for like 200 million.
Before they have to investigate my brain cells.
Three players, remember, right? Dembele, what's his name?
I think Hussam is trying to go to sleep, bro.
3 flops. 3 flops. 300 million. That's why we are broke.
Listen, the Coutinho one is the one 100% we have to investigate. But listen, I'm going to wrap it up here because it's been 3 hours and 15 minutes. And before you have to investigate my brain after this stream, I have to just lock it off, I'm not used to doing this long streams. But I appreciate you, Omar. I appreciate you, Tales of the Blanco.
I'll see you next time. I'll definitely be coming back again, Hussam.
Yeah, man.
Yes. Inshallah, when we make a call, you guys are all welcome. We got you, all three of you have been fantastic callers as well. Perfect callers to wrap up the show as well, because you guys, we couldn't even interrupt you, me and Mike, a lot, because you guys weren't like waffling or anything. You were speaking valid points. Big up to Queen Nadra. Big up to Red Line of Teranga, Morshin, David, Mo, Mr. Khan. Big up to this guy, I cannot even pronounce his name. Big up to Jack. Big up to Faraz Prize, Tales of the Blanco, who's here. Big up to him. And big up to Onana as well for the super chats. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button and subscribing. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. UK time, inshallah, we're going to be back with Northside, Henry Wright, and Tom Little to just have a Premier League conversation. This has been the deadest transfer window since I've been a content creator. The biggest news in this window has been Werner on loan. I can punch myself. But anyway, listen, I love you all. Special shout out to my co-host, Mike.
Thank God he left because he had a game against us. Thank God.
3 hours and 30 minutes. My co-host Mike, big up to you, habibi. Love you all. We're gonna be redirecting to Tom Little. Go call him a fraud in his chat. Yalla. Love you all.
Arsenal suck. Don't forget it. Arsenal suck. Don't forget it. Frauds.
Yeah,
They're
they
all
do
frauds.
suck.